Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now! On App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now! On App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Revelation Global Championship Show Match Day. I am Shinbu with One Friday alongside with Baring GP. We are your casters for this amazing night here at Revelation Mobile.
Hello everybody. Thank you, Shinbu. And this is the friendly show match actually that we're having because the Interregional Global Championship will arrive a few days from now, December 21 to be exact. That's when it's gonna start. But for now, let's enjoy some Christmas spirit here because it's the friendly show match we're having. That's going to be it's going to be participated by different countries, but only 8 teams. That all of those teams will be witnessing tonight. So, Shinbu,
Indeed.
how is everything going for you?
Well, first things first, Merry Christmas, advance Merry Christmas, and of course, Happy New Year, JP. And to everyone, this is actually the final event of the year. This is the final event of the year. This is the final ongoings right now for Revelation Mobile. So I think it's a very very nice way for the players of the game to actually finish the year. Again, guys, the Revelation Global Championship will bring together the 6 teams, okay? Or sorry, 6 countries in the Southeast Asian region. Again, that includes the Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. And additionally, in this tournament, we will witness the debut of some teams from the China region. Okay? They're gonna be joining this tournament for the first time, promising intense and fiery battles with the competition extending to every point on the scoreboard.
Yep, actually, before I remember we started in Southeast Asia, and of course, a lot of teams qualified from there. And then we also had this mini tournament. That's also for Southeast Asia. But now Revelation is going global, and we are so happy to share this experience with all of you. So yeah, as you can see in your screens, guys, we have Vietnam, China, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and just like Shinbu said, China will finally be joining us because in the Global Championship, guys, 4 teams from China will be joining. But now we are to introduce the prize pool. So of course the champions will get $11,000. The first runner-up will get $7,000. And the second runner-up will get $3,000. That will be a total of $21,000 for you guys.
Amazing stuff for all the participating teams. You have to take note that in addition to that, they also get again the champion medal. Not just the 11,000 USD, but you also get a champion medal for all the members of the champion team. And of course, you will also receive the RGC 2023 Champion Cup, and that is for the whole team. So you get a trophy, you get a medal for everyone on top of the cash prize. But of course, everyone gets their in-game prizes as well. Again, for the in-game items, we have an exclusive avatar or title effect for the RGC 2023 and an exotic title that is the RGC 2023. We get lucky money, and we also be giving Weaver's ticket for everyone here that is going to be participating. So there's a lot. There are many in-game gifts for the different rankings that will be achieved here by the different teams from our 7 countries.
That looks cute, guys. And just like we always say, we always love those in-game items, exclusive in-game items only for the champions, for those who really delivered in this tournament. And we've been talking about the global championship, and this is the schedule as follows. So for the global qualifiers, we're going to have them starting December 21 until December 26th. So that's 3 days from now, and it's gonna be 6 days.
Teams.
Yeah, 6 days and 22 teams. It's going to be a rumble in there. And of course, our grand finals will be held on December 28 to 29, featuring the top 16 from the 22 teams of the global qualifiers.
Indeed, man. Again, this is based on the overall points after the 4 days of the competition, Again, the top 9 teams will advance to that regional finals. Okay? Then again, that 9 teams will participate in that final stage. Joining alongside with them is the top 7 national teams from the Blaze of Glory tournament. So that is the total of that 16 teams arriving for that final stages of our tournament. Again, that is over 2 days on December 28 and 29. Now, the interesting fact about
Wow.
this tournament is that our players, the teams, are going to be competing using a dedicated app created specifically for the Revelation Global Championship. It is known as the Revelation Tourney app, okay? VNG Games has collaborated with NetEase Games to create a dedicated app for the tournament with 200 hours of non-stop work done by 100 people from 7 different countries. This app will bring features such as automatic pairing system and that ensures balances in each match and an automatic scoring system as well. So again, modernization for our tournament, just a lot of actually cool stuff that is happening going on. It's not just another tournament here on December, but really VNG alongside with NetEase has doubled down on making this Revelation Global Championship the best there is.
That's true. So this is honestly the first game that created an app solely for the tournament, from what I know of, because I'm always used to like exclusive servers for tournaments, but this one is an exclusive app. But anyway, here are the participating teams for tonight's friendly
Ladies and
show
gents,
match. We have
in the yes.
Daruma.
Daruma, yeah, from Vietnam. We also have the Avengers
Yes.
squad coming in from Thailand. Nomad from Indonesia. The Nomads from Indonesia. We have Eagles. Team Eagles hailing from Singapore. We also have HDT from, I think that is China. Spadex from Philippines. And we also have the XMM team from, I think that is Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Malaysia.
And here we have a very, very interesting team. We have Team TY from VNG and NetEase Games.
It's actually very cute. I find it cute that TY is also participating from VNG Games. And there you have it, guys. Those are the participating teams, which we are going to witness tonight. But the format, of course, these 8 teams are randomly paired, and each match will be best of 5.
Yeah, with different modes, for them. So basically, each match will be BO5, but the fighting individuals will be different per round. So first round will be 1v1, another would be a 5v5, then we have a 3v3. Should we go to a game 4, we have another 5v5, and the game 5, should we arrive at a game 5, will be decided by a 1v1.
That would be I would honestly be excited to watch that, because every round the number of players will change, and this also going to be held in a Swiss format. Oh, there you go, we already have our pairings. Like Spadex is going to be up against Avengers, CY versus XMM, HGT versus Eagles, the Ruma versus Nomad.
Nomads.
Wow.
Now, the cool part about the season is you won't easily get eliminated, especially the early rounds. All matches will be played accordingly. But the idea here is that early on you get to know like what your placement will be. No battle for third match, but rather we will easily get the final rankings here. Again, for those who are not familiar with the Swiss format, the easiest way to understand this is whatever your standings are, you will be paired. You will be paired with a team with the same standings. If you have one loss, you will be fighting a team with 1 loss. If you have 1 win, you will be fighting with a team with 1 win. So all with the same standing until until a winner is decided. So this one we have you could actually see how the standings or how each teams are clustered based off their standings, such as the command or the flow for a Swiss format. So now all the details of our tournament, of this show match evening is laid out for you. Again, I'm sending the biggest shoutouts to all the Revelation mobile players that we have right now on our stream, also doing the broadcast across different languages, ladies and gents. Be sure to support the live stream. Be sure to support your favorite team by sharing this broadcast, okay?
Yep. I'm actually a fan of Swiss tournaments or Swiss formats because each team gets to play every round. So it doesn't matter if you lose because in single elimination, so once you lose, you're out of the tournament. But in Swiss, you get to play all of them. And since this is a friendly show match, you get to bond with your opponents. Like you get to know different teams as well. And these players, these teams, they've been playing Revelation Infinite Journey for quite some time already, and they've already started making household names in their respective countries and also in Southeast Asia. These teams that we have mentioned.
Yeah.
So I am excited for you guys, and I'm sure that all of our viewers too.
Well, we have, returning names here. We have NVN, we
Mhm.
have Spade X. Now we have Team China, teams from China, making sure that this tournament is totally heated. So there's really a lot of expectations to come down on this one. We also have the new class that is being featured as well. I'm not sure if that will pop out as well on the meta or on the tournament. For this one,
Mhm.
I'm very curious what will still be the preferred lineup of our teams. Are we still gonna be seeing a lot of spam of paladins? Are we gonna be seeing some outlier paladins still on the lineup? Because from the looks of it, the current meta right now, on the lineups is they're stacking up two earth shapers, two supports on their ranks.
Yeah, and well, we're just. Oh yeah, I remember that the first round should be 1v1, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I think they're just choosing the players that will represent their teams. But here you go, guys. I'm seeing a new class again because I remember before there was a new class that we featured. It was the assassin, which is also joining right now. But
Mm.
recently, uh, Revelation Infinite Journey also released a new class called the Holy Lancer, and I think in a few days, like December 21, a new class will be released again. So just in time for the global championships.
Indeed, indeed. Again, guys, that is on your screen SPX versus the AVG lineup. Later on, the teams are actually just preparing to get into the lobby. So now is the night time to actually just share this broadcast and also share your comments as well on the stream. Okay, as we give you the blow by blow action later on. Again, it is a very very timely tournament. I do feel like a lot can actually properly join, considering this the final event as well of the server. A lot of people would be has a lot of reason even outside the game to actually look forward to the next year, and of course look forward to the next updates and even maybe for the new 2024 season of the Revelation Global Championships, right?
Yes, and we are so excited for that. It's the season of giving, and we are going to celebrate it together here in a Revelation Infinite Journey. So I hope you guys enjoy the show, and I'm so excited for Avengers and SpaceX. SpaceX. So for one Avengers they've been promising for the previous tournaments that we have watched, and they're kind of like a dark horse during the last time that we watched them, and SpaceX, of course. Well, no pressure, but we're kind of expecting a huge improvement from the last time we saw you guys. But again, no pressure because this is just a friendly show match, you guys. Well, we're just chilling here. We're just enjoying. We're just enjoying the games, and we're just introducing ourselves to the world because this is the first time that Revelation Infinite Journey will hold a global championship.
Yeah, the Spade X Stack, the Philippine team,
Yeah.
for Revelation Mobile, they've been around, for multiple tournaments. I think this is the third tournament that we've casted where Spade X has always been actively participating, especially on the Blaze of Glories, in the different season of the Blaze of Glories for Revelation Mobile. So I do agree on the idea of improvement. I feel like you could consider the Spade X, the team here to be key veterans already on this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree. And you know what, guys? Just a short trivia. We are going to have a new enhancement system in on December 21. It's called the Ultimate Resonance. So if you want more information regarding that, you can just head on to the official Facebook page of Revelation Infinite Journey because a lot of updates and giveaways, some games are also being featured in there. So don't miss it. All right.
yeah,
And oh yeah, speaking of new stuff. We're also going to have the new familiar aka the Holy Prince, which will also be released on December 21. So there's gonna be this huge update on 2.2. Not just that huge update; it's also going to be the first day of the Global Championship. So a lot of things coming in for us on December 21.
Be sure to follow. And of course, put it on the C1st status, the Revelation Global Facebook page, so that you guys are updated on the new contents mentioned here by my partner JP. And of course, be sure to join all the Facebook groups. Be sure to join all the social circles inside the game, so that information gets spread faster. And I'm really looking forward that when we have this kind of tournaments, more teams can participate. Now that we have the global championship, maybe we can have more countries participating as well. So you can emphasize that on that one. I'm really looking forward, to the performance that can come from our newcomer here, which is Team China. Given the reputation of Chinese teams in any game titles, they've always been very, very strong.
I honestly have never casted any Chinese person nor team.
It's the first time in any game.
In any game, the farthest I've come was, well, probably North America, but never China. Never China. I've never talked to anybody speaking Mandarin.
They're very strong
So
always,
yeah.
it's always a given that they are strong when it comes to any games, mobile games, in general. So there's a lot of expectations for this team. But we do know, like who is the crowd favorite, who are the preferred teams, and considering their performances in the Blaze of Glory, if we're thinking of any country that first comes to mind, if we're speaking championships for a Revelation Mobile, then that is none other than the teams from Vietnam.
Yeah, and this is also a good way. I just remembered, since this is a new app that the players are using. We also have this friendly show match, so we can see the new app that VN Games had designed for us, and we probably are going to see some user interface enhancements for our players, and of course for the viewers as well. And I'm actually really excited for VN Games in launching this new app of theirs. So I hope everything goes well tonight.
Indeed. It makes everything easy, and the team that is behind this, they put in a lot of time, they put in a lot of work in making sure that this app is ready for shipping. Now we have all our classes, now we have all our players present into the screen. It is going to be a 1v1 format for this game
good.
number 1 in our best of 5 series between SpadeX versus Avengers.
I like that interface that we just saw. The head to head,
Yeah.
the head to head. So 1 point, of course, for this new app that we're having. So SpadeX Canyon, using a gunslinger, and from Avengers, so we have an assassin. All right, so I'm curious about the dynamics of these two.
Yeah.
This is the first matchup that we're having featuring a gunslinger and an assassin.
Both these shot big damage. It actually depends on the combos, because both of these two classes are highly combo based. It's very, very crucial that you make sure you land your skills, because both of these two teams, they have certain frames that can actually dodge out each other. There's some shields as well being present. There you go.
Wow.
The stealth comes in onto the assassin.
I like that skill that was just thrown, but I think the advantage here for the gunslinger is, of course, the range damage.
Yeah.
The assassin will have to be sneaky as hell for him to survive, and look at that, HP is already going down, so he needs to find ways to not take in so much damage from the gunslinger.
Indeed. Ali here taking the range, especially with the HP raise. He has landed some combo, especially with a quick knockdown down onto Canyon. Canyon here just raining bullets, but still it's very difficult to spot out where the assassin might be coming from.
Yeah, that's true. And now Canyon is finding it hard to survive. He needs to replenish his health. Oh, finally he got that knockdown, and Ali was not able to move quite a second. But of course, HP race again. Ali had to survive. It was a good one. That was a good one.
Ali takes game number 1. It's gonna be a point towards Avengers. Now we will have our game number 2. This time we will have a 5v5. Okay.
Okay. So of course, well, they have to put the best in there, and well, having a 5v5 or a 3v3 is different, of course, from a 1v1. Just very very different from just what we saw, because for 1v1 you have a huge advantage when you are using a range hero, but for 5v5 it's always about the paladins.
Indeed. Yeah, it's always about the paladins. But this time, I do feel like they're banking more onto the presence of their support. The Spirit Shaper.
Yes.
It's actually twice onto the side here of the Spadex. Meanwhile, onto the side as well, there are 2 supports as well onto the side of the Avengers, but a bit varied on their current lineup. Occultist is also present on both sides. Okay. So they do have a Paladin still. Spadex still has 1 Paladin. Same goes for Avengers here. So they still have the same frontliner. But the main damage source can come from the, maybe here, from the assassins on both sides, and maybe even from the occultists.
I will definitely judge the team who won't use a Paladin. Well, it's always like staple. It's like rice. When you're eating, it cannot be, you cannot lose it. So, but this time, let's see, Avengers. We've seen them play many times already, but for SpaceX, we have seen them play in a balanced mode already so many times. So the dynamics here, Avengers, they got it headstrong.
Yeah. They have the upper hand here. Occultist onto the side of SpadeX here. Almost getting dropped 20% onto his HP. Meanwhile, our camera actually set here onto Blast, just making sure he maintains his distance away from the members here of SpadeX. No casualty yet. Already critical to the side of one of the occultists here. I think that's Bunny. But yeah, HP is not dropping onto the side of Avengers here, JP.
Yeah, and well, SpaceX already lost their first occultist. I don't know if he will be resurrected, but they already lost to even their Paladin. It's hard to survive without your Paladin. Now it's up to the 2 Spirit Shapers and to the Sword Mage and the Assassin. Okay, good thing that they were able to revive themselves there.
And also, it's very, very easy for them. They actually did collapse early on to this game. But the sustain is still available. Here you go. One of them will be going down. Only 3 members remaining. Make that 2, as the rest of the members of the Avengers can easily clean up. They know what's up. Brings it 2-0 for our first best of 5 seeds.
I'm liking this app already. You can automatically count the points that each team has. And you already set up the game mode, like for every round, wherein first round is like 1v1, second round is for 5v5, and now I think it's going to be 3v3 this time.
Yeah, there are so many advanced features coming in to this tournament app happening here on the Revolution Global Championship. Again, guys, just take note, this is just but a show match. But again, a show match is still a match nonetheless, and we are going to our game number 3. Now let's look at the chosen composition. Still the same occultist, support, and paladin lineup.
Wait,
similar.
No, yeah, similar. It's just that SpaceX, they don't give a damn about a Spirit Shaper right now. They want to go on full damage with that Sword Saint and the occultist. So basically, there's just 1 frontliner and 2 ranged damage dealers. But for the Avengers, they still want to keep it safe, play it safe with the Spirit Shaper. So they want to play it sustain versus damage. Now, the question is, of course, this is just a game of a couple of minutes. Now, who's gonna win?
Let us see. Again, this is the first 3v3 for our first match. Do take note that Avengers has shown a strong showing early on to that game number 2 in the 5v5 format, but it does look like SpadeX, they know who to target. They are putting it in critical mass as the support here onto the Avengers side is forced out of the arena. Still, members of SpadeX here goes for the chase. They really want to complete that kill. The sustain is still alive as she baits out some of the members here of SpadeX. Still, Avengers in critical situation right now for this 3v3, JP.
Yeah, and Avengers, they're losing their HPs, but they're able to sustain themselves
Yeah.
as well. So SpaceX, what I'm amazed with them right now is that they also have this healing capabilities, despite going full on damage. Now the Spirit Shaper is gone, so less sustained potential for Avengers here, and SpaceX, they're getting more chances of winning. This calls for a reverse sweep, I guess.
Man, things are looking so great right now. Onto the side here of the Avengers, but of course, SpaceX is trying to go for that retaliatory play. I do feel that in a 3v3 format, there's really a very big impact that can come from the side here of the support. They were able to slay that occultist, was able to get the rest onto the side here of SpaceX. But again, 1 minute and 30 seconds remains on our clock. Things are still not sure, not decided here into our arena.
I like what SpaceX is doing. They're just really locking in on the Spirit Shaper of Avengers. So they don't want to lose the Spirit Shaper at all costs. They're focusing all their energies on it, but Avengers so far, they found a way to counterattack, killing the occultist of SpaceX.
Yeah.
But now it's already just 2 versus 2. Oops, I
2v2.
stand corrected because the occultist
Alasu.
was able to revive.
Yeah, there was a revive, ladies and gentlemen. Only one member remaining here. That would be the Paladin. Onto the side here of the Avengers, SpaceX has taken control of this game number 3. Denies another one against Avengers. 1-2
Wow.
on our series.
Things are getting more interesting.
Yes,
SpaceX, they have a chance on winning the first round of the Swiss format. So now this is going to be round 4, and I'm not sure it's going to be a 3v3 or 5v5.
Round 4 is a 5v5.
Okay.
So round 4 is a 5v5.
Wow.
Yeah,
5v5.
Yeah. Again, the pattern is 1-5-3, 5-1. So, the
1,
last
5, 3,
match,
5, 1.
yeah, the first match is the same as the last match. The second match is the same as second to the last match. And we only have 1 3v3, possible 3v3. Now we are back to 5v5. SpaceX, Avengers, they have shown good control. They have shown a strong presence on the 5v5. It is gonna be a game that they are supposed to win, but let us see, because the momentum is onto the side of SpaceX.
Okay, so oh, wow, nice skin. Okay, so I got distracted, but 5v5 again, guys, and they still are using the same classes. That's why a lot of our viewers love this show match, because it's just really same versus same, like mirror matchup. So SpaceX here, they lost the first round of the 5v5. That is their chance to redeem themselves. Now let's see Avengers and SpaceX.
First jump come in, of course, camera onto the side of SpaceX Gospel. Ladies and gentlemen, first course of action may be to find here the support of maybe their damage dealer, as you see the strategy of the Avengers squad as they try to also target the cultists here of SpaceX. SpaceX here try to get a catch onto Ali, ladies and gents, but of course they have to switch their targets on. Chain onto the heel for the side here of the Avengers squad, and it does look like Avengers is maintaining a good sustained play against the SpaceX squad.
And Avengers here, they're also playing it sustain, but SpaceX, I like the area damage
Gospel
that
goes
Avengers
down,
is dealing against. Yeah, and the assassin lost his life.
Yeah, but
they
Resu.
revive again.
Yeah,
Oh,
but another round
never
onto
mind.
Gospel once more. Demon takes on to Gospel. Ladies and gentlemen, Demon here onto our main camera, landing on is the first combo that he can make for the play here. That is the main frontline, main Paladin onto the side here of the Avengers squad. And right now, no assassin. One of the main damage dealers here from SpaceX is not alive. It's going to be a 4v5 scenario with a clear momentum here for the side of the Avengers.
Avengers is really promising when it comes to the 5v5. They know how to combo, they know how to use the area damage. And now it's only the Spirit Shaper. And, 2 Spirit Shapers left. Rather. Okay, so this is different right now.
Yeah, it's different, yeah. Two full Spirit Shapers, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, those are supports. Very minimal on the damage side. The team from Thailand takes the victory. Avengers against SpaceX.
Congratulations, Avengers. You now got in to the upper bracket of the second round because of the Swiss format. But wow, looking at the damage, of course, it's Ali. Ali was very promising. even in the 1v1, it was just hard because he was paired up against a gunslinger.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
after that, during 5v5s and 3v3s, Ali was you can never say that that he's insignificant there. He
Yeah,
dealt a
yeah.
lot of damage.
Yeah. Also, the one of the possible option it would be to winning that assassin. Winning that assassin. And of course, waiting for the timing of that assassin. At least a little control to the paladin before going out. That's one strategy actually that can be done. On the idea of course, try to get the time out of your stealth, because assassins are really clear targets right here. And
Yeah.
the thing about the paladin is they always just throw themselves into the middle of the fight. But I do feel I do feel that Spadex, sorry, Avengers, the team from Thailand, already has their minds set onto just continually dishing out DPS, alongside with proper sustain. They've started the first 5v5 with really two clear spirit shapers. They can easily do that once again by game number 4. But guys, do not fret. Spadex from the Philippines is still not gone from this tournament, okay? They
Mm-hmm.
are still gonna be fighting onto the 0-1 cluster of our Swiss format. So, of course, we still have 3 matches for our 0-0 cluster. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Avengers 1-0, SPX 0-1, they can still take this fight. You could still, SPX could still join even the 1-1 bracket, of our Swiss format. No? So,
Mm-hmm.
don't worry. To all of our viewers, be sure to share the live stream, okay? Be sure to share the live stream. Before we hand out any codes, before we hand out anything, make sure that you don't just have that top fan badge, but you also have that share badge as well. Even if the live stream is on Twitch as well, on YouTube, be sure to share it.
Yeah, and I honestly enjoyed that match. SpaceX versus Avengers. It was a good way to see the new features from the new app, and I also I got to feel nostalgic about these two teams. Avengers, I remember them to be the most promising team, or like the dark horse kind of team in previous tournaments, and SpaceX as well, from our home soil, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, they I I was actually waiting to see them again. I've been waiting to see them again in a different tournament, and now they're here. So they are going to show more of what they have. But we also have 6 more teams to watch in this first round.
Yeah, yeah. Spadex is still there. There are a lot of fans actually rooting for Spadex. Same goes for Thailand. Heavy contenders would be on Vietnam. They still face each other. It's still very very possible if they meet on the 1-1 on the 1-1 cluster. But we will see. But again, to those who are curious, again we are rolling. We are rolling with a Swiss format. It is, guys, a Swiss format is not a double elimination format. Okay. As you could lose 3 times in a Swiss format and you're still not yet eliminated. Okay? The thing about Swiss format is basically you get paired with the same standing teams. Okay? You get paired with the same
Mm-hmm.
standing teams. So that's the idea. All right? Again, we still have a lot of teams. We still have a lot of teams. And again, by the way, this is not yet this is a way to kickstart the Revelation Global Championship. But these are all just show matches. Okay? Just show matches.
Mm-hmm. And I was honestly curious about who was the 8th team earlier, because I remember, but but TY
Yeah.
from games, and like, wow, I'm so happy that they're also participating in the show match. We get to see folks from VN Games who have, and of course this game possible for.
My curiosity lies, what composition will be delivered here by Team TY, they're
Mhm.
the creators of the game. They're the
Yeah.
developers of the game. So now they're gonna be taking on the players of the game themselves. So it's a big curiosity for this show match, and yeah, it is awesome. They're gonna be facing XMM. So I do feel that the team XMM is also going to be looking forward in their match here against TY.
Mm-hmm. Also, um, for the global championships, we can also head on to the official website of Revelation to know more about the. But I remember it's going to be on balance mode on the global championships. Of course, yes. So no BRs, no BRs on the global championships, guys.
Yeah, but look at that. We have a Blade Master onto the side of TY. Huh? They pre-registered Blade Master on their lineup. Actually, no similar classes onto the side of TY. It's fully varied. You have a Gunslinger, you have your Sword Saints, you have your Mages as well being present on top of the Paladin and on top of the Occultist and Spirit of the SS. So, XMM here, they don't even need to complete the full 7 member, full 7 members of this lot. All you need to do is just have, at least 5 so you can do the 5v5 battles. But they don't have any Blade Master, no only just they only just have I think they only just have mages, and no seats as well.
Yeah, and you know what? For XMM, I'm curious on who are they going to throw on the 1v1. Okay, did we just see that one?
Yeah, I think I saw the head-to-head of the 1v1.
But, because you have to bank on using range heroes or range classes. So
chances are it will be an assassin. If it's the default. But let's see how the 1v1 will play out. Okay, yeah. So this is the 1v1 slot. We'll see.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a Blade Master or Gunslinger for TY. But for XMM, it's hard to figure it out. But I think you want to see an assassin, right? Oh, they're gonna use a sword mage.
Wow, mage versus paladin.
What a matchup! Okay, now I'm curious. Sword mage. Oh yeah, I remember sword mage. It is a range hero, range class, different from all swords.
Now the idea here is how can the mage from XMM maintain his distance, from this paladin, and can the paladin out-sustain this mage? It's actually I do feel it's a matter of cooldowns, for this kind of matchup. But we'll see. Actually, want to hear from the audience. What do you think? This kind of 1v1, who gets the win on this one?
I'm gonna go for the sword mage. I think I'm not sure because for TY for the paladin they do have a lot of crowd controls and a lot of sustains. But for the sword mage, of course, it's always a range hero. They can always avoid all those damages. See what he just did?
Yeah, it's just kiting, yeah.
Like he baited himself, but somehow also avoided the damage. So what a play!
But the mages are quite squishy. Only one knockdown, and this paladin can change the damage. There you go. Where's the crowd control? Very good protect. Okay. Got the shield.
Okay.
Yep. He's maintaining his distance. It does feel like this mage is capitalizing on his kiting capacity.
Yeah. He's just hitting from afar.
Yep. Want to go for the full combo. You're actually seeing some decent damage here from this paladin, but that is up to no avail. The first score goes onto the side of XMN.
well, that was a good starter for this matchup. Now we are going to see 5 versus 5, and I'm curious who are they going to throw inside the arena.
Why paladin?
well, sustains, crowd controls, and sustains, I guess. But I think paladins were really made for team efforts.
Paladin are heavyweights on 5v5 because there are SS, on the back line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay, like for the general disruption, for the general DPS, so you just have someone to protect for your SS, for your backline. But if it's against a mage, it will be a kite to death, right?
I think TY is just playing with us. I think they just trip in.
Indeed. Well, we'll see. Up next, we have a 5v5. Do not worry, okay? We have a 5v5. We got Team TY here. They're the creators and the developers of the game. They're the team stack, on making sure everything is updated. And for that game number 1, they get clapped by the player side XMM here. But again, that matchup, I do feel that matchup is one in the bag. The mage versus the paladin. Paladin do have shields, Paladin does have shields. They have their crowd controls, but again, they're very, very slow. They're very, very slow class. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard to maximize their strengths in a 1 versus 1 situation, because they're really made for team fights. They're really made to protect people. So now, well, this time if TY doesn't use a paladin, I swear. Okay, welcome to the party, TY. Thank you so much for joining us.
TY, goodbye.
TY.
TY, goodbye. I think it's very impossible they won't use the paladin. It's gonna be one for the meta. But my curiosity lies, are they gonna be using their blade master? Are they gonna be using a gunslinger at least? That's one. Here we go. They are gonna be using their blade master.
Okay.
DM1 will be playing here. They still have their paladin up for the ranks. And of course, the default stack as well here onto the side of XMM. Again, to those who are curious, those who doesn't know, XMM is a team from Malaysia.
Yeah. And I just want to say hi to our Malaysian friends, and of course our friends from VN Games. So I hope you guys are enjoying this show match. And of course, from the Filipino viewers, we are still going to see SpaceX later on. But let's focus on XMM versus TY right now. A Blade Master just came in from TY here, so we rarely see Blade Masters in tournaments.
Two paladins onto the side of XMM, ladies and gents. Both of each team has one SS each. Let us see now. Full collapse onto the two. Again, we have our eyes onto the first paladin, which is on Atuzed. And Atuzed here, fully focusing onto the back line of Team TY.
Now, this is what we call a game. TY can sustain themselves against XMM. They must have practiced for this. And oh wow, the ones taking in a lot of damage are actually XMM because of the AoE damage coming from the occultists. And TY here, they're just really sustaining themselves. They know how the game works, so they know what to press.
But they lost their occultist very early. YDS actually dropped earlier. Quad N used that Resu onto him. Now we have another Resu that can come onto the side of XMM, but still lost 2 members here. Decent damage onto the side coming in from Team TY. A 3v5 scenario down onto the battlefield because the Resu is not going to be available for the side here of XMM. Now Charmsy alongside with Midorine trying to target maybe here the front line of Team XMM. They managed to kill one occultist, but again, Quad N for the second time around saves up YYDS.
Well, TY already has a huge advantage, knowing that it's already a 3 versus 5 situation. They just need to figure out how to pin down the members of XMM from here on. Because so far, XMM, despite them being only 3, they're still capable of killing 1 to 2 members from TY. Now, the revival just came in for XMM after like 30 seconds. It's a 3 versus 3 situation 3v3. Right now.
Then went to the 3v4. Ladies and gentlemen, Atuzed gets the kill onto NNN. No Resu to the side here of Team TY. But still a 4v4 scenario here. Charmsy heals up onto Charmsy, ladies and gents. 3v4 scenario, 4v2 scenario. Now XMM has taken full control of this lineup. They only have their Blade Master and also the Sword Mage up. Sword Mage in critical life. And it is gonna be the Blade Master, the final one, standing here for TY, saying goodbye on this game number 2-0 in favor of the Malaysian squad, XMM.
Wow, they got 2 points. They won in that 5v5. I swear I thought TY already had it when they killed the occultist and the spirit shaper during the first minute of the game. But of course, XMM with all their scrims and their practices, so we have to respect that as well. So now it's going to be a 3v3.
It was a lead controlled by TY earlier, but there is a mana issue onto the side here of the TY squad, of the mains of the TY squad. There's a lot of factors that came into play onto that one, especially when the long game arrived. Was good alertness, coming in from their revives as well, from their sustain. Here we go. Now we have the 3v3, 1 support each. They're gonna be using their gunslinger this time. They're gonna be using their gunslinger and also occultist each. Gunslinger versus Sword Mage.
But I'm gonna
to the
go.
Sword Mage, TY Gunslinger.
I'm gonna go with the Sword Mage rather than the Gunslinger, because Sword Mage just has all the kinds of skills that a solo player could use. So their range damage, they deal magic damage, but Gunslinger, despite dealing huge damages, they would really need to rely on their teammates for support, which is going to be the role of the Spirit Shaper and the Occultist. But for now, I'm still siding with Sword Mage. Excellent.
Then, for balancing out, I'm gonna be siding here with the Gunslinger. Let's see if TY will be showing, will still be staying here to this tournament. They're actually lagging behind 2 scores right now. Tons of damage coming in from the Sword Major of XMM. Already critical, already reducing decently the health here and HP of TY's Gunslinger. But on to the other side, TY was able to actually get the target down to the Occultist of XMM. Here forces a revive out of their support. One revive is now on cooldown to the side here of XMM.
And TY, they're slowly losing their Gunslinger, and XMM just really has it, on a whim. And 2 versus 2 situation, but Spirit Shapers know how to revive, of course.
Yep.
So XMM here, even though they're just 2, they don't need their Occultists right now, they're still surviving. But TY, this is already a huge opportunity for them to get 1 point.
Yeah, and this is already problematic because of course members of TY could just tunnel vision and focus onto the Sword Mage. Just in time before the revive came in for their Occultist, they lost their Sword Mage, further extending this 2v3 situation in favor of TY, focusing once again to the easier to kill Occultist. It is gonna be the SS remaining for the side here of XMM, and TY, they are wanting to get that very juicy 1 score against XMM. 2-1 on the series.
Now I'm so happy because things are also going to get interesting for TY. Finally, they get 1 point. And of course, next, they're going to have a second round for that 5v5, which I hope they'll be able to redeem themselves. Even in just that 5v5, I swear, I would like to see a game number 5 for XMM versus TY.
TY can take the fight, can bring the fight against XMM. All I want to say, watching that match is that 5v5 is very, very different from 3v3 and even 1v1, Everything does totally change. It's very difficult to roll up with the same lineup for a 5v5 compared to a 3v3. And that's why we might be seeing a lot of this 2-1 series where come game 3, the other team, actually is able to answer.
And, okay, so now they chose their 5... I don't think they changed lineups. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be dropping the Blade Master. This time they're gonna be using the Gunslinger. The
Gunslinger instead of the Blade Master. Okay. I think that's gonna be a good call. So additional range hero for TY. And I saw how all those guns were thrown earlier. They just need to position it well in this 5v5 situation. So for XMM, I'm sure they want to get this over with already. So I'm gonna go for XMM again, but I want TY to win.
Well, TY, by the way, guys, is not necessarily China. They do have the China flag, but they are the devs, okay? They are the team from VNG and Neris Games, and they will collapse here down onto the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, full control coming in from the Occultist here onto the line, onto the 1 member here, which is this Spirit Shaper for the side here of TY. Fubao goes down. Kiro takes the kick on that one, takes the kill on that one. As they try to continue, Kiro here was able to freeze up, sustain with Fubao, also reviving himself.
We saw that disable, guys, on the Occultist. Now XMM are slowly losing their lives, but they need to keep up.
Oy, TY!
First, but TY here, they're having the time of their lives, eliminating the 3 of XMM members.
Wow, beautiful avatar coming in from the gunner here. TY totally showing up how to play this gunslinger class, ladies and gentlemen. Charm C is forced to actually revive herself, and of course it's gonna be a 5v2 scenario where they can easily just melt down the life, not just of the Sword Mage here, but they're actually prioritizing the Spirit Shaper. But of course the Sword Mage will be going down first. Only 1 member remaining, running for her life. TY chasing him down.
My gosh, I am so I am so
Boom.
excited for TY to win this one. Oh, the Paladin is still alive, and now he isn't. They evened the series. Wow, TY Lang. TY Lang just did it, the team captain.
Yeah.
So we still have one more match, and now
Very.
this is gonna be heavy because it's going to
It all
be
comes
up
down.
to just one person
Yeah, just one
per team.
person. Very, very interesting game number 5. Quite an early ultimate, from the side here of the gunslinger. And that's actually what enabled for the side here of Team TY to dish out big damage, like heavy damage here onto the side of Team XMM. Now they're eyeing on sending their Blade Master, the one who actually seated out the 5v5. Blade Master versus Assassin.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with
Sorry,
Assassin
Paladin.
for this one.
Sorry, Paladin.
Oh, okay. So this is a different one because I remember it was TY who used the Paladin earlier in the first game, right? So okay, now XMM decided to use Paladin in hopes that TY will also use a Paladin perhaps, but no, it's not gonna be a Paladin versus a Paladin. It's gonna be a Paladin versus a Blade Master. Well, we all know what happens. I don't know. It's like 60% of my head is saying Paladin, but 40% saying Blade Master. But what do you think?
Well, I'm still looking how rewarding that Blade Master is. The question now here is how it will pan out. You do know that Blade Master is generally quite strong on duel, like they're designed a class designed for duels. But the question here is, can the Paladin play the crowd control effects here against that Blade Master?
But damage wise, I'm gonna go for for TY. Well, we are seeing it right now. It's obvious that Paladin is having a hard time sustaining himself, so he needs to do more crowd controls. Just pin down the Blade Master of TY.
All comes down to only 2 players, a 1v1 to decide a best of 5 series, ladies and gentlemen. And you can actually see DM here getting a lead against A to Z, trying to buy his own cooldowns. Cooldowns.
And here is what I'm curious of. XMM, after choosing that Paladin, after winning with the Sword Mage earlier, I'm not sure why they chose Paladin this time. But wait, this is getting interesting.
Yeah,
a close
recover
fight.
this HP. There's a big comeback here. Oh, another heal. Coming in to the side of the Paladin. DM1 has to wait for his own cooldowns. Gatsnab here was able to dash out. He has to walk away. There are no ring countouts. Oh, outside the ring. Atozed here chasing in. Goes for DM. Duel up. Is there a knockdown? Will we be seeing a key clutch into the HP now? There goes the tag. It is going to be XMM. The Paladin taking the win.
That was so amazing to watch. Now, we are seeing proof that defense is the best offense, guys. It was hard for DM1 to deal all those damages during the end when they were like layering them skills. That was so cool to watch. Congratulations, XMM, for winning 1-0. And now later on, you guys will be up against Avengers, and SpaceX will be against TY. We still have 4 teams to watch for round number 1, guys.
What a series! That is a full-blown 5-game best of 5 series. Again, guys, do not agree. Okay, you, the audience, do not agree that you haven't shared this stream. Share it at least once. If you guys are enjoying, that is totally unfair for the other players of Revelation Mobile, and maybe even to those who doesn't even know about Revelation Mobile. Help the server, help your game. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of cool stuff that can happen here in the Revelation Global show match. Share it at least once.
The last time I checked, we almost had 400 viewers here, only here in the PH live stream. So not sure about the other live streams, but you guys, I hope are enjoying there watching these show matches.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Those are the devs. Yeah, those are the devs. But XMM They've shown some great games, and I do love this format. Like, it makes everything so interesting. It makes the whole series so interesting. No two consecutive match is similar. 1v1, 5v5, 3v3, 5v5, 1v1. It's funny to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, I swear, I wish MMOs would do more of this.
Yeah.
You know, like and also some tag teams, reverse King of the Hill or King of the Hill formats for. Well, I'm just throwing it out there, guys. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. But for TY earlier, really, I would like to highly congratulate them for throwing themselves in here in the party, because you know they created the game, they know how it works. So for us to show how they do it, it's actually quite cool. So now we have HDT versus Eagles.
Yeah, man. Again, Team China versus the team from Singapore. Okay, so Singaporean stack. No. Again, it is gonna be the Eagle, which is the Singaporean team. HDT, one of the new teams coming in from the newest region, joining our global championship, which is China. First things first, it will be a 1v1. Okay, 1v1 first.
Welcome, China. We haven't seen you in a while, so I'm so excited. Like I said earlier, I have never casted Chinese players, so this should be the first time.
Okay. Okay, the Holy Lancer class is not yet allowed. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
I don't know about the global championships though.
Okay. Lian versus Dystopia. Let's look. We have our eyes set onto Dystopia. Mage here versus Sword Saint. Okay. Sword Spirit, Sword Saint. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for the Sword Mage this time. Again, for me, the Sword Mage is the well-rounded class for a 1v1. Would choose Sword Mage over a Gunslinger or an Occultist or any Rage hero. I would always go for the Sword Mage. But for Sword Saint, this also kind of well-rounded, but they have different skill sets. So Dystopia is just chilling. He's not really moving too much. Also, he's controlled. But during the earlier seconds of the game, he wasn't really planning on being highly aggressive against HDT.
Yeah, man. Again, the Sword Saint class. So a big question right now. Not you don't see that much, Sword Saint here, but does feel like in the China team they do love. They have this preference still, on that class. It's great duel, onto the front line. Good sustain. Of course, a little Stacy Sword to the side of the Eagle representative, Dystopia. Another knockdown. Yeah, the 1v1. Good command here for the side of Lian.
Okay, but HDT here still has to say something. And Eagles, I'm curious, since they're avoiding each other, I'm curious who'll throw the first punch from here. But wow, what a skill that we just saw in there. But also, what a good defense coming from Lian. That was a good defense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Eos was really ready, Dystopian. He was really ready to throw everything. Go on full the damage.
Like, I'm just not sure what is the sec option here of Lian. It does feel like it's the Sword Spirit compared to the Dragon Spirit sec. I'm not seeing any Dragon skill right now. But one thing is for sure, he's taking the reins, staying the lead here.
Yeah.
Against Dystopia.
They just want to freeze themselves right now to avoid some damage and to heal a bit more. But for Lian, he just needs a little more push, and this round is already over.
Yeah, man.
But I'm also curious about Dystopian, how he's gonna survive. But unfortunately, he didn't. Wasn't able to.
It's the Sword Saint that takes the. I think just upfront damage. Sword Saints are great, and closing gaps here against that mage. Earlier, the thing about that paladin, it's very easy to kite. That paladin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a curious battle, but this one I'm calling it a fair one: Sword Saint versus Sword Mage. But for some reason, wow, HDT, they know how this game works. So now we're seeing some Chinese blood going on in a game, but we are going to move forward to the 5 versus 5, guys.
Observe carefully. On that one, again, 5v5, very different onto the 1v1 scenario. Eagle here. We have our eyes set first onto their assassin. Occultist, Paladin, SS. Okay, Gunslinger onto the side of HDT.
Oh yeah, they
Okay,
have
they have a
one
gunslinger.
gunslinger. Okay, this is not usual from what we usually see. The lineup that Eagles are using, this is more meta.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
the
this.
meta. You have one mage, you have your occultist, you have your one assassin, then the usual paladin, spirit shaper. Class present. Members here of Eagles just maintaining their distance under the ring. Of course, 3 members actually went up, tries to duel up. Critical situation here for the gunner of HDT.
It's very an Eagles strategy to not be highly aggressive at first and just really sustain themselves. But I wonder how far is this going to take them because HDT might be dealing a lot of damage against them already. But so far, what their strategy isn't working for them, and the damage is already being taken by more of the HDT players.
And difficult time on that one, huh? Again, the sword mage here on critical life right now for the side of Eagles. Also, their assassin as well. Members here of Eagles also trying to answer properly as the sword saint here of HDT. Also reaching 50% of the HP, but good sustain on the spirit shaper here of
Yeah.
HDT.
He knows how to position themselves,
Yeah.
and Eagles here they're slowly losing because of the poisons and everything, but Spirit Shaper is still being alive, also able to revive. But we have it to an end already. HDT got 2 points. This is what I'm talking about. HDT here, they know how to use their aggressions well. They've been aggressive since the start of the game, and they were able to maintain it. And it was also hard for Eagles to maintain all those damages. So sustain themselves against those damages. But we have this is already my favorite. I'm calling my favorite the 3 versus 3. Yeah, this is my
The
favorite format. My favorite round.
the clutch game mode,
Yeah.
where things gets become like when things gets really close. 3v3, ladies and gents. Now let's look. It is gonna be for their main damage source. We have their assassin for the side of HDT and paladin. Okay, Eagle is gonna be using a paladin. So occult both has a spirit shaper. It's gonna be an assassin versus the paladin.
And using a paladin here, well, it's really it's not really kind of a surprise, but of course you would like a paladin to maximize his skills for a 5 versus 5. But this time it's a 3 versus 3. Oh, what I'm seeing from Eagles is they're not really using a lot of damage. There's an occultist, paladin, and a spirit shaper. It's more of a sustain type and a control type.
Yeah, well, they need to maintain that distance once more. Again, the idea here is to actually get their timings right. But HDT, they know their targets. They find that the squishiers, or at least the best one to punish, is actually the Spirit Shaper of Eagles. And Eagles here, they're lacking in damage, man. The Paladin is not really doing it on dishing out big damage here for the full formation of the 3v3 of HDT. HDT can close this game now, huh?
That's true, and Eagles, it's really hard for them to survive. No more revives. Occultist has to survive on his own, and HDT here, they're just really enjoying themselves, and they're closing this match on a sweep. Wow, HDT, what a good introduction for our Chinese players.
The first stack from China also delivers the first sweep of our series. Now that actually signals a lot of stuff, signals a lot of stuff, especially for the teams who really wanna takes home good prizes as well, takes home the win here at the friendly match, at this show match here at the Global Championship.
And you guys, you might be so focused on our games, on our matches, but I just want to let you know that gift codes have already been commented down, and there are a lot of gift codes here. So please copy all of them and make use of all of them in your own accounts in the Revelation Infinite Journey app. Now we have our scoreboard. It's going to be HDT there on top, and
Yeah.
the Eagles here, waiting for either the Ruma or Nomads.
Yeah, so HDT is waiting who gets, whoever wins that series, they will face HDT here on the 1-0 cluster. Meanwhile, on the 0-1 cluster, again, it's still going to be Eagles. Eagles is not yet done, Eagles is not yet done. So, right now, that's really a strong introduction, a strong showing here for the first representative from the China region. Now, it is going to be I would say, crowd favorite. I mean, they have the strongest reputation right now, ever since even in the Blaze of Glory tournaments for the Revelation Global Championship, and that will be of Vietnam. The Ruma versus Nomad, something to look forward to. The Nomad has been around also for quite some time, even in these tournaments. So, two veteran teams facing each other, at least at the preliminary parts of our tournament. Able to size up each other. They did saw that match, against HDT, and HDT delivering the first 3-0 of our series. Looks like, they are one of the teams to watch out for, on this show match.
Yeah, I'm so excited, to be honest, for the Global Championships, where 4 Chinese teams are also coming in for us. So, a lot of teams from Southeast Asia plus Chinese teams, now they're finally joining the tournaments. It's going to be a different dynamic, because usually before, we remember, right, that in every tournament that we watch, it's always Vietnam that won. So now that China has come in, I think they're going to be great contenders.
Yeah. And once we really have like the main tournament going on, but at least they've participated here on this show match, and again, guys, be sure to share the live stream. Welcome to the first ones, to those who just arrived on the live stream for today. Again, what you guys are watching is the Revelation Mobile Global Championship, but what we have is the friendly games, okay, or the show match games, just for to kickstart, and of course give you guys an idea of what is happening right now in the game. We have the ongoing tournament. Before the year ends, we will crown a champion for Revelation Global.
World champion, global champion for Revelation Infinite Journey. Wow, it's one of first time that we're hearing it, because before it was already the Blaze of Glory. And guys, we have mentioned this earlier, but I just want to mention it again. 7 top teams from the Blaze of Glory will be joining the teams on the Global Championships. Okay, so if you missed them, we're gonna see them again. Okay,
very interesting. Only 5 members.
Oh, 5
members.
members.
Play stack here for the side of Daruma. So they will stick it to that. They will stick it to that. Their assassin, Spirit Shaper. They also have their mage as well for their lineup. Meanwhile, more subs as well onto the side here of Team Nomads. They have I think 6. They have 6 members complete for that one. But first things first, we kickstart this best of 5 with a 1v1.
Yep. Well, it's not really hard. It's 20% probability for each member of the Ruma here. But they're both... Oh, it's going to be an occultist versus an assassin. Alright. I'm gonna go with an assassin for this one.
I think that's assassin. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're gonna go for that. Okay. It's all about the moves.
Oh yeah.
It's all about the moves, man.
Well, this is gonna be different. Okay, so a mirror matchup, kind of a mirror, because one is using a different specialty. That's why they look different. But I'm gonna go with the Ruma for this one, Eunice. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Nomads. Final.
With Nomads,
before the game started.
It's actually what type that they are using that varies, you know. For the most part, the type of assassin is preferred. The Nomad's assassin selection is the one that is more preferred. You can actually see Unis here taking the timing here against Shadow. At least making sure that they get to combo their skills properly. Man, just burn all those cooldowns.
Yeah, and well, Daruma here is kind of have some trouble against Nomads because Nomads here, I think he designed his skills to do more of the damage type. Yeah, and that's actually kind of the emblem that uses the damage. Yeah. But wait, I'm sorry. I didn't see how Eunice was able to turn that around. Because that was it happened in a flash.
In a flash, yeah. He actually landed the combo.
Yeah,
he actually landed the full combo.
He had his HP just like less than 10%, but somehow he turned it around. So wow, that was a good point for Eunice. Daruma gets game number 1.
Daruma. Again, this is Team Vietnam, you know. For the most part, they have one of the strongest player base as well for the side of a Revelation Mobile. So it is very surprising if they come out as weak on this series. I do not expect them to be sweep. I'm actually expecting them to win, but that's just 1v1. Just 1v1, highly decided by the micros of each player. This is 5v5. Let's look like what strategies can be employed by the two teams. Very similar almost on the lineup, but it does look like 2 supports. Yep, 2 supports onto the side of Nomads. Same scenario here for the side of Daruma. Occultist on both sides, Mage on both sides, Assassin on both sides.
Now we're having it the 5 versus 5, but they're also using different specialties here. But if I'm gonna predict on a team, I'm gonna go with it's hard because I just realized that there are no paladins, right?
Yeah, they're very similar on the lineup.
Yeah.
Instead of going for paladins, they went with the 2 supports, you know.
Yeah.
Highly banking onto the damage of their sword mage as well as their onto the stealthy moves of their assassin. Full collapse, aggression coming into the side of DRM. It is gonna be Nomads that is a bit conservative on their stances, especially not eyeing to actually climb up the ring. Now you actually see the focus of Nomads as they try to target the occultist first, one of the Squisher members here for the side of DRM. Meanwhile, also the assassiner of DRM, Daruma, would also be stealthing his way. Now they're trying to get a tag here against the sword mage of Nomads and also their assassin. Critical life onto the HP of Nomads.
Focusing the camera on Eunice, guys, we're seeing how aggressive he is when it comes to dealing damage and how his supports are actually following him around just to make sure that their main damage dealer won't get harmed in any way. Now, 2 down for Nomads already, a 5 versus 3 situation, and Nomads, oh no, I am so confused on what they should do to survive this one, but finally, they were able to revive.
Yeah, critical situation for the side of Nomads because their revive has been burned quite early, but a quick burst here onto the Nomads side. Burns 4 members quickly. For the instance, of course, forced 2 revives out of here for the Daruma. Now they are forced to also revive all the supports they have right now. 1 support down, especially with the revive still on cooldown. Only 2 members remaining here. Nomads taking the upper hand. Now they have the momentum to take the fight here. Maybe bring it close because they destroyed the final support. There's only just 1 member remaining here. Daruma's mage would have to fall back under the ring. He gets cornered. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 forces a 1-1 in favor of the Indonesian team Nomads.
Daruma was really trying to survive in there. Well, Nomads, that was a good team effort. I like seeing that, how they were bursted and then revived themselves, but after that, they learned how to play it safer. So Daruma there was kind of caught off guard because they were used to giving it their all. They were able to budget their energies, but it was still a good watch. Now we're moving on to 3 versus 3. We have an even series here, guys.
The question here, will that be an assassin? It is gonna be mage, occultist, and Spirit Shaper. Interesting lineup for the side of Nomads. 2 Spirit Shaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They want to go on full healing.
Yeah, full
Well,
healing and occultist.
for two supports or for two healers, so we can actually expect a longer matchup. But I think Daruma here plans to end it really quick. Kind of a mirror matchup actually.
Yeah. I'm not sure if do they have enough damage, but obviously damage falls into the side here of Daruma.
Mm-hmm.
But Nomad here, they're doubling down onto just with their occultist. They think that should be enough to at least like outsmart or out sustain maybe Daruma.
Well, that's actually the plan. But knowing the Ruma, they've always been so aggressive, and this can be either their strength or their weakness. It just depends on how they play it. But for Nomad, they always play it safe. They already learned from their mistakes.
Indeed. Have to be careful on that one, yeah. They're able to drop one of the mages. But again, a lot of
Freeze
sustain.
again.
A lot of sustain is just available for the side here of Nomads. Members of the Ruma don't have to worry actually onto the damage that can be done against them because that is just onto the occultist side.
Ooh.
Now the occultist of the Ruma here, 50%. Also getting sustained just by one mage. We might have a long game. We might have a long series. I mean, long game number 3 here. Especially, I doubt the Ruma can be dropped. Oh, Force okay, Force Heal, Autumns.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of damage that's been taken in by Nomad in there. Okay, now they lost their Sword Mage. They still have their Occultist and their Spirit Shaper left though, but this is going to be hard. That Sword Mage needs to be revived real quick. Okay, now they were able to.
But again, CP goes down. Because well onto the side of Nomad here. Force a revive here against a CP. 1 minute, 40 seconds, 10 seconds before we tag the halfway mark timer of this round. Hypertron also forced to actually sustain his own. There's gonna be another summon. Critical life on almost 50% onto the most members here of Team Nomads. Now down onto the occultist. Continual damage comes in from that sword mage here of the Ruma.
Let's see. Nomad. Well, this is actually quite an even matchup that we're seeing, but I think the Spirit Shaper will lose his life right now. Now it's a 3 versus 2 situation. Daruma, there's already a huge upper hand for them. They shouldn't lose it anymore.
They get the burst. Yeah, they get the burst now. They're just focusing fully onto that support. Spirit Shaper running for her life, tries to buy time. Was able to get that occultist revive, but it was occultist very short work to be done on that one. Now they force a 2-1. Daruma once again on the driver's seat of the series.
Now, all right, this already a 2 is to 1. Not Daruma, they just need 1 more point. But we still have the 5 versus 5 and the 1 versus 1. So Nomad can still keep up. But I don't know about you guys about this matchup. Who do you want to win? Is it Daruma or Nomads? Because this is a kind of matchup that's kind of equal for me.
Indeed. Again, one of the most tight matchup. Although we do have that game number 2 that went into the full-blown 5-game series. Now 5v5, similar matchup once again. We saw this already for that game number 2. Now at game number 4. How it will unfold. Again, match point in favor of the Ruma, or can Nomad take the momentum back to Indonesia's favor?
Well, this is what I'm curious about, guys. For TY earlier, it was actually quite amazing to watch because they're the devs. But for Daruma and Nomad, these are teams that have been playing this game for quite a while already, and they've been doing this semi-professionally. So for them to turn this match into an even matchup, we get to anticipate them in the global championships.
Well, here you go. Members here of the Ruma quickly climbing up the main platform. Tries to beat some skills onto the side here of Nomad. All shield up on them. Little bit of a trade here. Critical life onto the mage here of Nomads. But of course, cooldown for sustain is still available. You can actually see the HP as well here of the Spirit Shaper of the Ruma. Is this for real? Will there be any sustain for her?
Hey, okay, but Nomad here, they're not really losing any HP. The Sword Mage is in trouble indeed, but the Ruma, they have comeback plans.
Yeah.
But they just need to be a little more careful because they've been so aggressive. They're not taking care of their HPs. And now they had to lose their occultists.
Yeah, they lost their occultist. For V5 scenario here, it is gonna be revived though. They try to get the timing down onto the revive, but of course the Spirit Shaper already critical had 10%, 15%, gets a few sustain on that one. Do take note, the Sword Mage as well of Nomad, almost critical left, gets sustained as well. Kai goes down, but of course, could easily be revived by her own.
Yeah, that's true. And Nomad, they're just really going on full sustain. But they might... Oh, they just lost their occultist too. But the Spirit Shaper probably can still revive him. Yeah, but the Ruma has the upper hand right now, definitely.
Yeah, especially with the cooldowns down here for the side of Nomads. Again, camera onto the side of the assassin of the Ruma, making sure that Eunice is cornered onto one side. Almost gets sustained even with the shield bonus for that one. The Ruma here on the close call, CP goes down, which is one of the main damage dealer here for the side of DRM. Of course, force a revive here from their Spirit Shaper. Ezio is gonna be the next one. Another revive, revives after revives, 2 minutes into the game, and still it doesn't look like this round is going anywhere.
Oh, I love that AoE. It was so hard to watch for the Ruma fans here. And the Ruma, they're slowly losing their Spirit Shaper. They cannot lose their Spirit Shaper because that is their security for more revivals. But I think they're losing hope. It's only up to the Assassin and the Occultist, but they're losing it already. Nomad is still 100% alive and well. They just need to kill off this one Assassin. Eunice!
One Assassin, yep. Nomad's here. Force a 2-2. It all comes down to that game number 5.
Another maxed out series. I don't know what the rules, but I think they're not allowed to use the same people that they put on for 1v1 in round number 1. Yeah, so I think they're gonna use different people this time.
But remember, there's only just 5 members onto the side here. Daruma. Is this for it?
Spirit
They're
Shaper?
Be, rooting for the Spirit Shaper. Shaper versus Sword Saint. Because they have to solve the Sword Saint. Sword Saint is gonna be the one to be sent for the 1v1. Goes without question. Spirit Shaper now. Let's look. Can Kai bring home the bacon for the side of the Ruma? It all comes down to this. All those 5v5s, 3v3s, it all comes down to this 1v1.
I swear I'd eat an ice cream if a Spirit Shaper wins this 1v1 match. She looks so cute. Kai looks so cute here. A Spirit Shaper going for a 1v1. And I think the rule is if you're already thrown off for 1v1 and 3v3, you cannot be thrown off for the last 1v1. Yep. I think that's how it works because we didn't really see the Spirit Shaper earlier in 3v3. So
5 seconds, 2 seconds. Here we go. Battle start. Okay.
I'm gonna go for the Sword Saint this one. For this one.
Yeah, really maintaining your distance. Early damage onto the Sword Saint. They do feel like they could still dish out considerable damage here against the Sword Saint. But the thing here is that the Sword Saint cannot really out-sustain out-sustain this Spirit Shaper.
That's the damage. The damage is so slow, just because they were really built for this. But I'm still gonna go for Nomad, just because of damage capabilities, and you know the skills are really made for dealing damage.
Indeed. Well, still the same story here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if the Ruma wins,
yeah,
that's gonna be a miracle. But you know, we've seen miracles earlier. I remember we've seen a clutch play coming from the Ruma earlier in the first 1v1. And the Paladin won also in the second matchup earlier for XMM. Wait, what? Wait,
the
what?
Sword Saint already knows it. The Sword Saint already knows it. He's actually dishing up damage to Eunice here. But there's just no way he can like take down the HP of Kai. So there is that. Win goes on to the Ruma.
I'm still in awe. I'm so confused right now what I just saw. Okay, just like I said earlier, okay, I will eat an ice cream later because Kai won. Because the Ruma won. That was a good that was a good pick using a Spirit Shaper. Congratulations to the Ruma. Another even out series.
Yeah, all that 5v5, just so for a 1v1, just so you could lose a 1v1 against a Spirit Shaper.
I forgot that we already had HDT versus Eagles just because their matchup was so quick. Yeah, the round 1's already finished, guys. We are already officially in round number 2.
Okay. Again, we have 3 rounds here. This time, we will be dividing it into 2 clusters, guys. We got 1-0. Teams without any lose yet for this Swiss format. Avengers, XMM, HDT versus Daruba, and the 0-1 cluster, you know. SPX, TY, Eagles, and Nomad. So, again, that's how the Swiss format works, you know. And now, just for the first round, we've seen a lot of interesting things. We've seen Blade Masters played. We've seen Gunslingers getting played. Of course, no Holy Lancers for now. But we've also seen Sword Saint losing towards Spirit Shaper.
And a Paladin also.
Yeah, I actually don't know how to beat that Spirit Shaper. Because again, if you have enough, you know, if you have enough items, if you have enough points, you just really like out sustain on that one.
And they also don't have that freezing skill just to protect themselves against damages. It's just really about sustain.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go on to a very, very short break. Okay. Again, we will continue this friendly match, this show match, and of course, be sure to enjoy the live stream. Be sure to share the live stream. Okay. Be sure to share the live stream because if you don't share the live stream, I will continue calling the Sword Spirit. Okay. Sword Spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shinbu with the 1 for Anay, paring JP.
Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now! On App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now! Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. On App Store or Google Play now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here at the Revelation Global Championship showmatch. We are already onto the round 2 of our matches for the day. With all of our first matches concluded earlier. We are casters Shibuan for Anai alongside with RNG.
So I hope you enjoyed those first 4 matches. But we are going to watch the next 4. Still the same teams, but just different matchups. So different pairings. Well, I'm calling my favorite the one XMM versus TY earlier. But I'm still looking forward for some teams to redeem themselves. But again, guys, this is just a friendly show match. So let's not get too serious about this tonight.
Yeah. And also for everyone's reference, again, it really depends on their standings here on this friendly show match. If I'm not mistaken, still considering the bracket, they still get to play later. They still get to play later because later we still have 4 matches still. Same 4-4-4. So we still have 4 matches still. It's just really on who gets paired with whom, especially with their current standing. So right now we have Eagles versus Nomads. It is gonna be the team, with the Eagles of Singapore versus the Nomads of Indonesia.
Okay, so we're doing this from bottom to top this time. All right. So let's watch. Okay, so Eagles only just have 5 members, so there's no really draft confusions here when it comes to 5 versus 5. But for Nomads, it's a different story because they have 6. But they have 2 Spirit Shapers, 2 Assassins. Okay, yeah, I remember Nomads. They're the ones who they don't have Paladins.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out for them.
Yeah. They've added one, for their lineup. So they have updated it. Now they have 2 Assassins on their stack. So we have the full head-to-head on the totality of this one. But again, this is a challenge section crossbout 1v1 first. Dystopia, Sword Mage versus an Assassin, Shadow.
Okay. So Sword Saint versus Assassin.
Sword Mage.
Sword Mage, rather.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the sword mage. I don't think assassins are really good for 1v1s, except if they're paired up with their same kind, with assassins too.
Indeed. Okay, our cameras is set onto Shadow. Again, first things first, this match will be played on a best of 5, but with different modes, per round. First round would be 1v1. Okay, on that one. Again, 5 seconds onto the clock. I think this is the first matchup we saw an assassin versus a sword mage.
Yeah. Oh, Eagles being the aggressive people right now. This is new. I'm not used to seeing them being totally aggressive in the first few seconds of the game. But of course, Dystopia wants to freeze himself first, protecting himself. He knows that assassins can be really squishy, especially in the start of the game. So he needs to make combo plays and clutch plays.
Yeah, he's really just keeping his distance against Shadow here. Shadow was able to close the gap on that one. Tries to land the combo. Crowd control as well. Dystopia on the knockdown. Shadow with the dash. Another chase down here. Quite a close fight. Each of these two, if they actually get the crowd control on each other, they know they can dish out big damage. Another freezer onto the side of Dystopia.
Yeah, that's true. And now this time, Dystopia is the one who just froze himself to life. Froze himself to life. But Nomads, he wants to keep up. But again, it's just really a matter of combo. And Eagles, Dystopia, he has more capabilities to sustain himself.
Yeah. And damage from a distance. That is the thing. Yeah, there's a lot.
Just like that.
I feel like it's easier to actually pull up the sword mage in 1v1s, no matter with his own step. But there you go, 1-0 in favor of the Singaporean team Eagles.
Yeah, that was a quick one. So, well, it wasn't really much of a surprise. He's using that sword mage, but Nomads can still make more points in the succeeding rounds, like this 5v5 and 3v3 later on.
Steadily. We have a 5v5. Now for this current lineup, things are looking very, very standard and very, very similar. Except with one team having no paladin. Okay? So, 2 Spirit Shaper onto the side here of Team Nomads.
Okay. Well, again, like we said earlier, Eagles, they don't really have much of a choice in choosing their 5v5s since they only have 5 in their lineup. But as for Nomads, there's no really much of a surprise pick in here. So, kind of a mirror matchup too, except for the Paladin, because Nomads, they don't have Paladins.
Yeah.
Kind of a cute meta, actually. But again, this is just a friendly show match. We don't have to take it seriously. We just need to enjoy the games.
Big question right now. The big question here is, like, how will the 3v3 unfold? It's so difficult to actually predict the 5v5, how it will pan out, on that one. I'm leaning a bit more to the side of Nomads here. I do feel like a lot of players already know how to compete against a Paladin. But Eagles here, they do have the upper hand, at least, onto the initial burst of skills and combos on the key targets here of Nomads. Already with the Assassin in critical health.
It's not really hard for Eagles to deal the AoE damage and to sustain themselves. Of course, they have the Paladin, who's really famous into tanking the whole team. But Nomads, for some reason, they're good at dealing damages and left Eagles with only 3 members, even eliminating the Paladin at that. And the Swords, the Spirit Shaper as well.
Yeah, well, let us see. Yeah, after that revival. Still full onto the trades of that one. Eagles here already critical health, and as you can see, there you go. If you are playing the long game, I think 2 Spirit Shapers is way more beneficial. Nomad takes this one. Now let's look at 3v3. 3v3 is actually the most curious. It can be so erratic.
Yeah, I agree. But 3v3, they just really need to pick their bests. And again, Eagles, they don't really have much of a choice since they only have 5. And they already used their sword saint earlier. So, okay, they're left with the Occultist, the Spirit Shaper, and the Paladin for this one, which I think is a good combination. But for Nomads, they have the Assassin, the Spirit Shaper, and the Occultist too. All right, I'm gonna go with Eagles on this one.
On this one.
I don't know. I want their Paladin to redeem himself.
Let's see. Nomads has a sizable stack of damage. They actually lean more on the offensive side of things compared to Eagles here. But yeah, we still have our timers set on this one. So there is some worry. There's some worry here that there might be, even Nomads really double down onto the damage. They could fully focus onto one occultist, maybe on that one, you know, force a revive and of course kill him again. Let's see here. Nomads can be so aggressive. Eagles here have an effective front line in the form of the Paladin.
Oh, okay. This is actually a curious match, but Nomad there, I rarely see them become that aggressive, or maybe Eagles are just downplaying. Since they're not really much into damage right now, they need to do full sustain from here on, really wear out the energies of Nomads.
Well, we'll see here. There's Spirit Shaper already on 50% HP. Of course, get some sustain on that one. Does feel like the damage is not yet there. Lots of control coming in from the cultists. Cultists here of Nomads. Critical health HP, of course, get sustained as well. Eagles here also getting their own share of sustain. They need to recover on that one. You can actually see here that our camera is onto the assassin of Nomads. Just trying to concentrate maybe here. Just trying to concentrate his damage onto the Spirit Shaper here of Eagles. Let's look, White Rose, knocked down. Spirit Shaper of Eagles here. Spirit Shaper could be the drop. Tangruru goes down.
Much. Eagle, I thought they were gonna survive, but right now it's just up to the Paladin and Nomads with all the damage and deal. They just really went full. They didn't hold back at all. And Eagles here with their Paladin is gonna take just 5 seconds, or 5 seconds rather, for them to be wiped out. But now, Nomads, they got 2 points. It's now left for the other 5v5 and the last 1v1.
Yeah, more options. There's still more options here. Again, we still have a 5v5. It can be really so erratic. So, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen on that tag. Now, the question lies here is, I mean, if you are to the side of Nomads, at least you want to close this one quick. At least you already have the match point. On a 5v5, you have more control actually, compared to the more erratic 1v1 and 3v3s. So now is the right time. Now is the proper time if they really want to double down on the lead that they have for this series.
And of course, we're going to see all the members from Eagles. And again, Nomads is going to use the same lineup that they used in game number 2. Without the Paladin again. And without the Paladin, that's actually, I think, how they won in game number 2. So I think Eagles will stand a chance on this one again. Time and again.
Careful on that one. Okay, 20 seconds before the starter. Again, the big question, very similar on the lineup. Very similar. Again, exception is the Paladin, you know, plus the Spirit Shaper. Now, the idea here is how can the Eagle concentrate their forces, especially with a high sustained composition that Nomads is delivering onto this fight?
Well, the way we see it, I think Eagles will just use the same strategy that they did in game number 2, which actually gave them the win. But Nomads here, they can change what they did, but it's hard. It's hard to do a different strategy, especially without having a Paladin in your lineup. But they must have practiced for this. Or maybe they're just enjoying the friendly show match and not showing all of their cards.
In the 5v5 scenario, just basing on that game number 2, on the first burst of damage, it does feel like it is in favor of the Eagle squad. You know? They have a clear stack of damage. But for long-term long-term sustain, especially for the turnaround, it is in favor of Nomads. Right now, Nomads is able to slay actually the assassin here of Team Eagles. They are concentrating their damage evenly so that revives won't be as efficient. They have removed the support. One forced to revive his own. Ay Tangruru revive actually the assassin and alongside with his own. But again, their HPs are so low. That's the problem.
That's true. And Eagles, I remember that they got bursted out towards the end. Just like that. That kind of burst happened. Now it's just the occultists and nomads. Oh no! No more chance for Eagles to win in this match, but that's okay. They can still play the next round. Congratulations again to nomads. Wow. That was
3-1.
quick. That was the quickest 5v5 we've ever seen tonight.
3-1 on that series. You can actually see the damage delivered actually here by Autumns. Very, very interesting. Okay. So they also have their offensive Spirit Shaper, you know, for that stat. That is once again onto the 0-1 cluster, ladies and gentlemen. But again, no team is eliminated here on the Swiss format. Okay.
All right. No. Nomad is up on the middle bracket. Middle bracket. We already have a middle bracket for those who got 1-1.
1-1, yeah. Again, we still have that 0-2 bracket. We can still take the fight on that one. Actually, essentially, this Swiss format finishes up if you take 3 loss. So, depending on your standing, really. The idea here is you're gonna be facing like 4 teams in total, you know, for this format. Again, it is very, very erratic. It is very difficult to predict, you know, JP, like what can happen on the series, just because they're very, very different. 1v1 is very different from 5v5 with 3v3 and even 5v5. Then you go back to 1v1 again. I think it was really good for Nomads that it didn't land out to that 1v1 game number 5 for them. They could have lost that series.
Yeah. Well, of course, coming from experience in their first 1v1 against Eagles, they don't want to experience that again. That 5v5 was their saving grace. But you know, guys, I just remembered just a little trivia, because I remember before when I was studying Swiss tournaments, the history of Swiss format actually came from chess, because they were trying to figure out a way on how to make all the players play against each other, and also saving a lot of time, because before it was only like round robin. So they invented the Swiss format. So that will be an easy way to figure out who's gonna be top 1 in just a limited number of rounds. Yeah.
For chess, right? Chess.
Yes, chess.
Yeah. In esports, got used to single elimination, double elims, round robin. But actually, in chess, Swiss format has been around for quite some time.
Yeah, that's why I love Swiss format. I mean, I've been a fan of card games for as long as I can remember, and Swiss format have been utilized so much in card games.
Indeed.
Alright, but now it's Spade Sex again. I know a lot of our viewers have been waiting for this and have been cheering for Spade Sex, and they're going to be up against TY this time. Oh, it's my 2 favorite teams. I'm allowed to say my favorite teams tonight, guys. This is only a friendly show match.
Okay. Spadex versus TY. So it will be Gunslinger versus, I think that's a Blade Master.
Blade Master, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, TY, they've been famous tonight for using the Blade Master. And Spade Sex, of course, with a Gunslinger. But I like the character that Spade Sex is using this time. I like the fashion sense of this Gunslinger.
Actually, Revelation Mobile has one of the best skins, you know,
aesthetic
in mobile
taste,
games out there, especially the mounts. They look really, really attractive. Let's see, 1v1, quick knockdown once again. Onto Canyon here. Both trying to land at least some of their AoE combos, maybe get some crowd control under. It is Canyon who's getting the lead here against DM1. Tries to get his own combo. Tough situation here because the gunner can kite.
Okay, and the Gunslinger is actually having some trouble right now. Oh, the Blade Master rather. It's hard because it is a range versus a melee hero, and it's really a challenge. You have to squint a lot for you to position yourself. So Canyon here is just attacking and slowly poisoning the HP of the Gunslinger here. He's avoiding so much damage.
And Canyon is also waiting for like counter play, try to wait if this Blade Master goes in, gets the knockdown, and spams Ken on that one. Of course, he has his own defenses up as well, but it's only a matter of time before DM1 drops on this. Or maybe can DM1 outplay?
There's a little damage return against Canyon, but Canyon still has a lot of HP. Oh, that just took him one bullet to end the game. Congratulations to Canyon, to SpaceX for winning game number 1. So their team captain is Manager.
Manager. SpaceX. Okay. They can roll with 5v5 but now. So that's one. SpaceX takes it. If they got this 5v5, they could have a very nice momentum entering that game number 3, even in a 3v3 part.
Oh, SpaceX number 1 from Dev Dollar Bill. Shout out to you guys. Okay, now this a 5v5. I wonder who's gonna be a surprise pick. Okay, no sir. Oh, there's a surprise pick from TY. They have this Gunslinger on hand.
It's epic.
TY Lang, YYDS, N. Nice names, guys. Shy, Superlux, Manager, Canyon. But Canyon's not around here for the 5v5 thing. This is standard meta.
Yeah, they allowed Canyon to play the 1v1.
Yeah.
Then bench him for the 5v5. But their distance once more. Again, for the overall composition of this one, there is still a Paladin. There's still a Paladin. Interestingly, TY will be rolling as well with their main damage source, which is their Gunslinger. And you take note, their Gunslinger was able to land an early ult, onto our round number 1. So tons of question here for the side of TY. Can they show up the same impressive performance in this 5v5 for this game, round number 2 of this match against SPX?
What a choreography from SpaceX there. They really circled around the members of TY and they were so aggressive there during the first seconds of the game. But I wonder how long can they sustain that energy, because TY here still has a lot of HP and a lot of damage to deal.
I mean the part. Okay.
A lot of damage from SpaceX. So, wow,
that
TY.
means drop down. Yeah, YYDS is also dropped as well. SpaceX now taking full command of this one as they rack up momentum. Just being very mindful of the cooldowns maybe on their side. But kills after kills, they're able to grab against Team EY right now. It's only just maybe the Spirit Shaper that they can target here. They're concentrating actually TY Lang. TY Lang here is just body blocking, but Lang goes down. Only the Spirit Shaper is the only one remaining. Running for her life. She's running for her life. But that's it. Full combo on Team SpaceX. Gets game number 2. 2-0 now for the series. We are gonna be entering the 3v3 format.
Just one more point for SpaceX to get into that middle bracket. Wow. It was so cute to watch the Spirit Shaper of TY run around in a different form earlier. So, okay, things are happening so quick. They don't want to think fast. It's going to be the Paladin, the Occultist, and the Spirit Shaper for SpaceX. But the Gunslinger will return for TY. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna go with SpaceX in this round. But I'm not sure because their Gunslinger is pretty
good, yeah.
It's pretty good at dealing damage as well.
Yeah. But SpaceX, they know how to deliver momentum, after momentum.
Oh yeah.
And they're veterans of this tournament. That's they've been around, all bogs. SpaceX has been present. Being fighting inside this ring, this kind of ring, they know that already. But we'll see.
I agree.
3v3 3v3, this game number 3, always round 3 is the most erratic in my opinion in all of the, during all series. So let's look. Triple N. They have their first frontline set delivered once again onto the members of TY here. Quick burst attempted to that Spirit Shaper of TY. They're successful, 50%. Yeah, decent damage here. But of course, she has to walk away, getting chased here by Super. And still able to barrier himself up. They do know that Occultist here on the side of Spadex is also in critical mass. So that is the main target of Team TY. Team Spadex readjusted. Stops targeting actually this quad N onto the side here of TY. Or maybe no, she still gets chased, gets boxed here by the Occultist. Lands on the ground control, quad N goes down. SPX fully committed onto that Spirit Shaper, forces the revive cooldown onto her.
Oh, TY, they're losing it. They don't know how to sustain themselves any further, but their Spirit Shaper is trying to survive, but their Occultist cannot be alive anymore. Gunslinger, it's up to you to deal all those damages. Spirit Shaper, where are you? SpadeX is really good at holding their momentum. You are right, Shinbu there. Now it's a 3-0 clean sweep coming from SpadeX. Congratulations in there. That was quick.
Veterans of tournaments, not just the Filipino representative, but they're indeed veterans of this tournament of the Blaze of Glory, joining here at the Revelation Mobile Global Championship. Even for this show match, I'd be surprised if they didn't participate. And right now, Nochi's Tactics, I mean, for now, Nochi's Tactics is working on them, and like a walk in the park, they went 3-0 for this fight against TY.
Yeah, there you go. We already have our 2 players we already have a full matchup. They're in round number 3, Eagles versus TY. But SpadeX, they're waiting for the 4 teams, Avengers, XMM, HDT, and the Ruma. Alright?
Okay, now we are gonna be going on to our 3rd series, ladies and gentlemen, and once more continue this Swiss match format. I'm really looking forward, onto the match that is delivered by HDT, and also maybe the game that will be delivered as well by the Ruma. If we are like, I'm not sure, but could bet, ranking some top 2 teams for this tournament. It is gonna be the Ruma. It might even be HDT.
I think if there is a chance that SpaceX will be matched up against XMM, I think SpaceX will win, because it was so easy for SpaceX to defeat TY, and XMM actually had a hard time defeating TY earlier. So SpaceX can actually win that 3rd round there in the middle bracket, I think. But for HDT is actually a very promising team tonight. I want to see them up against Avengers. So that's gonna be the most interesting matchup. In case that happens.
In case, that happens, yeah. But for now, maybe for this round 2, that is without that. Daruma versus HDT. Vietnam versus China. Heavy contender teams, very deep understanding of Revelation Mobile. It is like, welcoming the new country by the running dominating country for Revelation Mobile.
Yeah, I agree. And HDT, it was so easy for them to win. And these are the 2 countries that are really good in playing these types of games. And just like you said, they have deep understanding of Revelation Infinite Journey. So what an interesting matchup we have right now. We are going up to the upper bracket of the Swiss format. Oh yeah, the Ruma, they only have 5, I remember. Okay, so who's going to be the representative for their 1v1? That I'm curious of.
Heavy on that part,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Pipa versus Eunice. It is gonna be Blade Master versus Assassin.
Oh, wow. Both melee matchups. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna predict in this one. This is gonna be an even matchup.
Of course, one has his stealth, one is so stealthy. Both has their own combos. lets you dish out big damage. I do feel it's more on the accuracy and the precision of the players controlling this too.
Yeah. Okay, they're both chilling. Nobody wants to get aggressive. Oh, they're waiting for the timer. They're waiting for the timer.
Yeah. They don't
5
have the
seconds.
timer
I'm the one who's so excited.
Yep. Okay, first aggressor would be Pipa right here. There's the stealth coming in from the assassin. Tries to guess the initiate of that assassin. Okay. Still no idea where the DRM assassin will pop out. Continually kiting this Blade Master, making sure that they are as efficient. Pipa goes in, receives the crowd control. Tries to also like predict the movement of the assassin here. Pipa is losing a bit, you know, on this one. But you have to take note here that the assassin Eunice is respecting the damage that Pipa can blow. Look at the damage. Like, if that connects, all goods onto the side here of Pipa.
They always throw Eunice for the first 1v1, and wow, he's so stealthy. Oh, okay, that's a good combo. Left Pipa off guard in there. That was a huge damage.
Yep.
And some sort of control
Pipa here.
as well.
Yeah, 15% out of the HP.
Oh, good
Eunice
dodge.
has all the combo. He's trying to hide back. I mean, the tactic is to actually run away and strike back, counter and strike back. And Pipa is reacting. That is the problem. Pipa is reacting. Pipa is trying to guess. He's trying to guess where the assassin will pop out. There you go. One last hit. Gets his own timing. A few regeneration from Pipa. Gets the stun up to Eunice. A full combo on that one.
Oh, shucks.
That's
a huge
oh!
damage.
There you go.
Oh, wow. I was just about to say that Eunice is good at controlling the game, but, you know, Pipa, he didn't lose his cool.
He didn't lose his cool,
earlier he was being baited and baited. Yeah, like you said, he was reacting, but for some reason, you know what? I don't want to have this. I want to control the game as well. So Eunice there, he was caught off guard, and that was a good combo.
The Blade Master has their own combos. Really.
Yeah.
Some of the viewers could easily say like, if you're fighting a Blade Master, you're as good as like you're just gonna be standing there, and that's what happened onto that assassin. Now it will be a different story. HDT versus DRM. Again, China 1-0. 5v5 scenario.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be a meta thing for HDT. HDT was the one who won game number 1. I wonder if they are also capable of making this a sweep, just like what they did earlier against Eagles.
Let's see. Let's see. But again, compared to the 1v1 and 3v3, 5v5 is what really characterizes the reputation of your team. You deliver on that one, that will be good.
Alright. I'm gonna go with HDT for this one. Just because of their aggressions.
Well,
but the room is also a good contender against them. I cannot not recognize that one.
But yeah, one of the two teams now standing onto the platform here. Most of the members of the Daruma are trying to actually focus their damage, drop towards that gunslinger. They did get that. Okay, but the sustain will still be there onto the side of HDT. There's one thing we know about HDT, they do know how to prolong these fights, really like being precise together. You can actually see how they clump together onto that one side, and they still have decent damage should the need arise. Especially coming from the Sword State, especially coming from their gunslinger.
Oh, wow.
It is gonna be the Spirit Shaper of DRM that gets dropped. DRM Kai would be forced to use the revive. And everyone is back onto almost the same HP level, but HDT continues the aggression. Tries to get the mark here against DRM. The Mage in critical life. See here, again, do take note, camera here onto the Paladin of HDT. They're looking and they're eyeing actually, to at least the main damage dealers here of DRM. Sword also in critical life. Sword 9 goes down, sim down.
Well, what I'm curious about here with Jay, he was attacking, not like he's not a paladin. He forgot to take care of the gunslinger. and therefore the Gunslinger lost his life. Thankfully, they have the revive, but they have to be more careful this time. The Ruma already lost their Spirit Shaper, but was able to revive as well because they have 2 Spirit Shapers. But this is another round for them. This another chance for them to make up for what they lost in the earlier seconds of the game. But the other Spirit Shaper just died for the Ruma. It's already a 4v4.
Tough scenario here. Tough scenario here for the side of actually both teams. Anyone could still actually clutch on this one. Just very difficult to actually track the revive availabilities. But the Ruma, again, taking good command right now, drops the Sword Saint. And no revives already popping out. They can also target the Occult. And members here of the HDT at least getting pushed back, collapsing one by one. Sword 9 is also already dropped. The Ruma prioritizing the main damage dealers here of HDT. Even though a bit tacky, they now have some freedom of targeting also that Paladin. Only one member remaining here for the side of HDT. As you see the Spirit Shaper standing into the middle of the fight, the Ruma cleans it up. The Ruma forces a 1-1. I think we have a series right now, guys. Game number 3 sets in.
Well, that was hard for HDT to survive in there. The Ruma, what a play. They were able to come back from that. So, okay, just like you said, the most interesting matchup here is a 3v3. Now, I wonder who are they going to throw into the arena? I'm guessing that is going to be an Occultist and a Gunslinger and the Spirit Shaper for HDT. And the Ruma, okay, Spirit Shaper, Occultist, and the Sword Mage. Well, I think the Ruma has this. We've seen Gunslingers and Sword Mage go up against each other earlier, and Sword Mages know how to prevail.
Yep. They just have a lot of utility. They just have a lot of AoEs. But I think it really boils down to their targeting on this match. So that makes a big question right now. Like, who has the better targeting? I think when it comes to this 3v3, you can never ever remove the Occultist. Same as with the Spirit Shaper. Yeah, I agree.
Well, let's see what happens. But I'm gonna vouch for the Ruma this time. So, HDT, their winning conditions, they just really have to avoid damages and just control the arena instead of them being controlled by the Ruma players. Ooh. Now we're seeing it. The Occultist of HDT is actually trying to control the game.
Yeah, and the Ruma actually went in for the Gunslinger, whereas HDT they target the Occultist.
Yeah, that's actually a good play. Yeah.
Yep. Camera onto Sword 9 here. Tries to drop down his own combo, but over a please here for the side of a DRM member. Now things are looking pretty even. Still in the upper platform. There goes the box coming in from the Occultist. Gives a lot of freedom and free hit for the side of the Gunslinger of HDT, but right after, the Ruma is still able to react properly, was able to put their defenses up, and now it is going to be Swords 9 receiving the box. There you go. He has his summon. The battle armor already up here for the side now of HDT. Lots of damage that can be delivered by this Gunslinger.
Okay, so the question here is, how does the Ruma survive? I'm not sure how, but this Sword Mage, can still be revived, and they did, but the Spirit Shaper already lost his life. So HDT really has the upper hand right now. They just really need to keep going at it. A lot of AoE damage. Gunslinger is doing it. He's doing he's dealing all the damage in good position, which is hard for the Ruma to avoid. Yeah.
The Gunslinger looks really attractive, you know. A very beautiful class to look at. I always get sold when it comes to robots. But let us see. It's still not that over. It is gonna be the Sword Mage that gets dropped here by HDT. Of course, CP will be revived here by Ezio as they try to sustain this fight. We might have the first bout that will reach the 1 minute mark. Already 55 seconds remaining on to our final timer. These two teams are really at each other's throat, making sure that they will at least capitalize on whatever advantage that they can get. It is still the Gunslinger that drops the Sword Mage, man. The damage is big from the gunslinger here of the China team HDT. Ezio is also going down. Last target would be the Occultist now. HDT takes a full upper hand, knocks down that Occultist. 1-1. The 1-1 becomes a 2-1 in favor of HDT.
Wow, that was actually good. I thought Daruma has it, but Sword 9 from HDT is a really good gunslinger player. I swear he dealt all the damages there. And he knows how to play it well, positioning himself, just really targeting opponents. Really good, really good. So we still have another 5v5 coming up.
Okay, stop. Okay. Lots of expectations still, you know, from the two teams. Now we have another 5v5. Again, 5v5 is where things really get so interesting, you know.
All right. So, yeah, I just remember that 3v3. I think it was the longest game we had tonight.
Yeah, for the 3v3.
But let's see. Well, this is a 5v5. So for some reason, 5v5 gets finished earlier. Probably because if one team loses one, like they get really crippled, and then one team really gets a big upper hand in the game.
Well, we'll see, ladies and gents, as both of the two teams once again clash here down into the middle. What you'd want to watch out is actually for Sword 9. If he can get, if he can get that battle armor as early as possible. Because right now, Daruma knows who to target. They did try to aim and get a quick shot down here against Sword 9, at least delay him, at least force a revive. But HDT is able to react quick. The Chinese team here is doing really excellent, living up to the reputation of Chinese esports teams, even here at the Revelation Mobile Squad. Now things are looking pretty even once more. Occultist here onto the side of HDT in critical mass, with our camera set now to the full support of DRM, sustaining everyone on each side. Now that the tether is down, it is going to be a vulnerable support. You actually see Ezio here going for a double dash out. Now tries to return back into the field, sustain once again. PvP here in Revelation Mobile is pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
A lot of skills layering just here and there.
Yeah, later on, I think we might be seeing a battle armor that could be up anytime soon, especially with how long the game gets. There is going to be the Sword Mage going down.
Well, what I'm curious of is Daruma here. They know how to sustain themselves, but for some reason, Eunice of Daruma is being pinned down by the members of HDT. Yeah, and the gunslinger of HDT, they're the ones being targeted by the Darumas.
But the battle armor is already up. Good shot down quickly onto Sword 9. Force a revive out of HDT. We still have another long game on this one, especially with the two sustain that can come for the side here of DRM. Lots of that are available on that one. Sword 9 gets the kill once again towards Eunice, the assassin here. Eunice is forced to receive the revive coming in from Ezio. But will there be another action or reaction coming in from the side of HDT? As they know, HDT knows they have the momentum. Still, DRM knows how to react with Sword 9 going down. Long gets dropped. And of course, forced to burn his own revive on that one. And also get the sustain as well of Sword 9. We are about to enter the 1 minute 30 second mark on a 5v5 match. And you can actually see the grit in this show match, in this friendly match between China team and the Vietnam team.
Yeah, that's true. This is a good one, guys. We've been calling these two teams the greatest contenders that we have tonight. But and they're really living up to it, actually. So HDT here, they're still going on at it. Their gunslinger, they have to protect, as well as Eunice from Daruma, their assassin. But a lot of AoE damage is being taken in by HDT right now.
Yeah. Contain their distance once more. Eunice here getting clipped once again by Lian. Also Kai forced to burn his own sustain towards herself, and it is going to be a 4v5 scenario once more in favor of the HDT squad. It's still Sword 9 is dropping multiple members one by one. This is probably one of the most attractive gunslinger play I've seen, even coming in from the Blaze of Glory days. And now it is a 3v5 scenario. HDT All they need is to actually wait up for the cooldowns on that one. Even with the revive getting burned, CT here against that 2v5 scenario, 1v5 scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, in the battle of attrition, China takes it. HDT takes the series 3-1 against the Ruma.
Congratulations, HDT. Another good game that we saw. You are officially the first member of the 2-0 bracket. Congratulations on that. Wow. Making our friendly show much
Look at the damage of Sword 9.
Yeah. 48%.
48%. Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
it.
Yeah.
HDT from China, they're really introducing themselves to us. Chinese, the Chinese people, they're showing us what they got.
That's well fought between the two teams. And look at that. We have a very, very interesting final matchup on round number 3. It is gonna be Spadex versus Daruma.
Okay.
Yep, that's what a showing from HDT. And of course, Daruma. We still have our fourth series for round number 2. It is awesome. It is awesome to look at. Again, you have to, like we announced earlier, you have to take note that the newest country to join actually the tournaments here in Revelation Mobile, especially now that we are doing the Revelation Global Championship, is again Team China. And right now, they're really showing up so well, you know, against like crowd favorites, against heavy contenders such as Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. So that was actually good to watch, and we're still gonna get to watch them later on, but we still have to watch first Avengers versus XMM, which I'm so excited for. Avengers, I miss them. Again, they've always shown good skills, promising skills. I want them. They're one of the teams that I want to succeed in the global championships. So let's see. It's XMM.
Actually, looking forward to their matches, you know, on the actual global championships where everything is so high stake.
Yeah, me too. But for Avengers, guys, I think they're gonna win this against XMM. For me, that's just my prediction. But I don't know if XMM has something else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because earlier it was SpaceX that Avengers defeated. And SpaceX is not really an easy team to defeat. So, yeah. I'm gonna go with Avengers. But yeah, I remember that XMM, yeah, they're this team who has the 2 Paladins. They're just not using it at the same time.
The curiosity actually lies on the upcoming Revelation Global Championships. Would the teams want to consider more gunslingers? Because HDT here, China is really showing like they're really putting it to good use. Like they're being effective with it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, we rarely see gunslingers being utilized here, especially in BOG and many more tournaments. Gunslingers, they're just really the rare find. So for us to see a gunslinger being played that well, yeah, that's gonna be a meta changer, I think.
Now we have a mage versus assassin matchup. Midorine, ladies, Marifat here versus of course the assassin of ABG of the Avengers squad.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with XMM. Well, it's really hard to choose. You have a lot of options on who to go for in the 1v1.
Well, let's see. We've seen this matchup already, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The sword mage versus the assassin, and for the most part, still the preferable class to choose would be of the sword mage, just because you know you have your little stasis and you just have your consistent kite. But if the assassin combos on you like that, then you really need to get that freeze down. Let's go for the kite back here. Ailey here gets the proper timing. Ailey is getting the proper timing right now.
Just a little more damage and you have it. Oh, he was able to dodge.
Yeah, he was able to dodge. But again, there's the fruits down into the middle.
Marifa just needs a good combo here. Too late. Too late. Avengers, a good one. 1 point for you guys.
That stealth is difficult to deal with the assassin. But the problem is that Marifat receive a very early combo against Ailey. Okay, now we have a 5v5.
Alright, so for 5v5, of course, XMM will be using just one Paladin. I mean, it would be weird for them to like have 2 Paladins in the 5v5. They may be able to use that other Paladin for the 3v3. Oh, they're gonna go for the 2 Paladins! Alright.
Okay, it's been a while, ah. Blaze of Glory. First Blaze of Glory.
Yes. They're showing it to us.
Yeah, Blaze of Glory Season 1. So, double Paladin lineup. Okay. Okay. Whereas, yeah, 2 supports onto the other side. Occultist, Assassin still present. No Assassin onto the side of XMM. So, that's why. That's why they're rolling with Paladins. Watch closely.
Okay, so we have 10 seconds before the game starts.
10 seconds onto the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, 1-0 is in favor of the Thailand team, Avenger. But that is a 1v1. Quite one-sided and not 1v1. Let's look into this 5v5. Full collapse down into the middle. Does look like Avenger is looking quite confident on taking a fight here against the Malaysian XMM squad. You're actually seeing a lot of drop from the members here of XMM. Look at that damage getting dropped against the Paladin. Man, an early revive might be forced out of their way on this one. Ultimate's already getting pop-up, but the cooldowns would be in favor here of the Avengers squad. It's still 50% onto the HP here of Malaysia's XMM. With a camera here onto one of the Paladins as well of the Avengers. He does know that he is the only Paladin that is needed here for the fight of the Avengers squad. It is the Mage, Sword Mage, getting dropped. Miami gets dropped here by the Avenger Demon. No revive is coming in. There's gonna be this stasis here from Kero. Miami getting revived for, but of course with Kero going down, it's still gonna be a prolonged 4v5 scenario in favor of the Avengers now, especially with 5%, maybe 10% of the HP of the remaining members of XMM, and maybe speaking of the remaining 2 members only onto the side of XMM, Avengers pulls up a massacre here against the Malaysian squad and takes on the series 2-0. Eyeing for the 3-0 on the 3v2.
XMM was really controlled hard from the start of the game. They were punched so hard, and they just went on with it. They didn't care that they had 2 Paladins. It was easy for them to deal all those damages. What a good play coming from Avengers. Wow, we're moving on to game number 3. This is the trickiest part, the 3v3. Okay, no more Paladins for XMM. They gave up, but they gave up on the Paladins for this game.
Okay, so they went with the standard, you know. I think the most meta for a 3v3 is simply put, it is Occultist, support, you know, Spirit Shaper, and Sword Mage.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? For Avengers, I think this is really easy for them. They've been training so hard for this already. Yeah. So Avengers, we see how they play so beautifully. But XMM, they can still keep up, you know, and just, you know, and give us a good show even for a friendly show match.
We'll see. Okay. Here we go. 2-0 here. Probably one of the first, our first 3-0 here for round number 2 to be unlocked by the Avengers. But 3v3 is very, very different from a 5v5. Very similar, you know, very similar lineup still for every lineup that we saw being delivered here by XMM Avengers here. Now, delivering still a fight with the Paladin as they want to capitalize on that one. Difficult on to getting your targets done, but it's the Sword Mage here. Kera receiving a lot of decent damage here onto the side of the Avengers squad. Meanwhile, XMM tries to target also this Spirit Shaper. Now the Spirit Shaper here, 75% onto the HP. Eyes onto her. She gets controlled. Still able to walk away. Now we shifted our eyes towards the Occultist with Midrin heading away. against the members of the Avengers. Do take note, this is gonna be a 4v5, a 3v2 scenario earlier. Force a revive now onto the side of XMM. So Avengers now has the cooldown advantage. 50% onto the HP as well of this Paladin. They try to collapse, tries to connect the chain, puts in the box from the occultist here. Midori with a lot of free hit down from the backline as the rest of the members of the Avengers doesn't have any target aside from the Sword Mage. They know that there is, if you make this Sword Mage have a difficult time, damage won't be available for the side here of XMM. Now, Midori takes the attention of the 3 Thailanders here of the Avengers. Okay, box on that one. Tries to at least blink out, but of course not gonna be enough. Revive once more. Members of the Avengers gonna be focusing again to that Sword Mage. So it's really just the same strategy for Avengers. Just continue hustling that, continue hustling Kero. Make sure that Kero doesn't play this tournament.
Yeah, well, XMM actually, they're banking on their Spirit Shaper to just really sustain themselves. But it's really hard when Avengers has the Paladin to do all those crowd controls of the AoE with the help of the Occultist. So XMM here, they already lost their Sword Mage, and they're trying to sustain themselves and trying to revive, but I think they lost it already. The Occultist is trying hard to survive, and okay, that was a good heal. But AoE damage coming from all of the members of Avengers here. Wow, just a Spirit Shaper left. I think this is gonna be a sweep already.
Very convincing 3-0, but I don't feel like that is one-sided, especially for that game number 3. It took some time for Avengers to capitalize on that one. What is obviously one-sided is that game number 1, that 1v1. But still, Avengers still hot on their toes here, still hot on their hands on playing this round number 2 of our friendship matches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good run for Avengers. Oh, it's gonna be HDT versus Avengers later on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Thailand versus China.
Yeah.
And of course, seeing the results of that round number 2, that is on your screen, we have our round number 3, guys, on the 1-1 cluster. We have SPX versus Daruma, SpadeX versus Daruma, Nomads versus XMM, and on the 0-2 cluster left would be of the Singapore Team Eagles, and of course, the VNG net is Team TY. Okay, take it on that one. So, we still have 4 series, guys. We still have 4 matches laid out for you for tonight. We're gonna be having a great time right now here on the friendship matches, on this show matches here at the Revelation Global Championship. This to kickstart things this December. The performances of the teams are really excellent, you know, JP. Really excellent. Yeah,
and so, I'm so happy for the new app that we're using right now. I mean, really hats off to
VNG, and of course Net is, you know, lots of expectation for this whole tournament. And it is getting more excited as we head on to our round number 3 later after the short break. Shimbuan for I, alongside with paring JP, show matches, Revelation Global Championship. We'll be back.
Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation New World on App Store or Google Play now. Download Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now. Revelation Infinite Journey on App Store or Google Play now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here at the Revelation Global Championship Show Match Night. Again, we are already on the round number 3 of our Swiss bracket as we have concluded, round 1, round 2, lots of good matches delivered by our different teams across different countries. We are casters, Shibuan for Anay, alongside with Parang JP.
Yep. So good evening again, and this is going to be the last round for our friendly show match. The first 2 rounds were actually quite amazing, and we already settled the score on who will represent the highest bracket for tonight, aka HDT versus Avengers. But we're gonna have them for our last match. Okay, we have to say that best for last. But of course, we're still going to enjoy our favorite teams. We still have TY, SpaceX, XMM. We have Eagles and Nomads.
Eagles, yes, Avengers, everyone is still present actually from the start of our match even until now. But if game round 1 is really great. We have round 2. Definitely you can say it gets better, right? Especially with the match between Vietnam versus China. Now we have our round 3 wherein 2 teams still has no loss, That is HDT from China and Avengers from Thailand. We also have our 1-1 teams, and we also have our 0-2 teams, and that is going to be Eagle Singapore versus TY. The VNG and Net is stacked. So really, everything. That's the thing about Swiss. That's the thing about the Swiss bracket. Like, you clearly know the skill level.
Yeah.
At least, on how the bracket reflected it. You clearly know the skill level for the matches that you'd expect. Like, totally, all matches are always expected to be on an even ground. In theory, especially when you're using the Swiss bracket.
Yeah, I agree. And also, there's also a good way for us to check out the new app that we're using for the tournament. And so far, it has been very, very successful. And for TY to join the show match, it's so amazing, and it's so I'm so excited to watch them play. Okay, now again, it's TY versus Eagles.
Okay. So, this is the 0-2 cluster, ladies and gentlemen. Team Singapore, that is Eagles, versus TY of Team VNG and NetEase, the developers, the creators of this game, okay? Of course, participating in this show match battle. Again, guys, this is the final part, the final rounds of our tournament. So, be sure to share the live stream. Now, we have our 1v1 set in. It is gonna be JY, and Dystopia. So that is Sword Mage versus Sword Mage battle.
Yeah, well, okay, this is a good mirror matchup, and it's gonna be hard to predict who's gonna win this one. I am rooting for TY though.
It really boils down to the precision of skills. You're rooting now for TY.
But I want TY to win because they developed this game. They need to show us how to use it well.
Well, the cool part about this one is even the players, they do love playing against the developers of this game as well. Wow! Sword Mage versus Sword Mage. They know how to land their own combos. It's actually just onto the trade of the skills that they have right now. Auto attacks right after that freeze. A bit preemptive, ah? A bit preemptive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did try to get a timing. He gets the knockdown.
Oh! That was a good control. That was good damage. Okay, he was able to dodge the damage as well, the crowd control. But they have a lot of room to sustain themselves,
Yeah. And the whole part is no one is really running. What they aim is to actually trade each other. It's just that they're trying to at least trade that stasis as much as possible in the most efficient way possible. So this is our first Sword Mage versus Sword Mage 1v1 fight for this show match. And it's looking really close, not one-sided on any either on the TY side and even on the Eagles side.
Okay, but for HPJY, I think he's having it easy. He's having it easy. He's trying to revive himself so that Eagle won't so that Eagle's Dystopia won't really have a chance to combo him. Right now, so it's gonna be a dodging game for him right now.
Indeed.
Oh, frozen again at that. He needs to avenge himself. He needs to even out the game.
So he's actually the first one to get out of the ring. There goes the knockup. Can they land the first combo? Was able to dodge that blade. Kites away, but under the stasis. Auto attack. Tries to get some timings. You can actually see HPJY trying to maintain his own distance. Just still being careful with the combo that he can cast. Damage. The timer settles in. And it is gonna be Eagles win for the 1v1.
Oh, okay, that was a good clutch actually. Yeah.
So the first time out. The first time out of our night.
that was good. But TY, I still want to see them win. You know, at all costs. I just want to see them have fun. But for some reason, for some reason, their opponents really always wins against them. Okay, 5v5 situation. Let's see if TY is going to show us a different meta this time. Okay, they're gonna go standard, but they have the gunslinger. Okay, things are getting interesting. When you have a gunslinger, things are interesting, I swear.
Okay. Again, 5v5, ah?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So two teams that continue using gunslingers is TY and HDT, right? And HDT has a really great gunslinger on their side.
Yeah.
But let's see on the gunslinger here of TY. I mean, this is gonna be their final match, you know, their final series. So it's best to really give it your all right here. 5v5 scenario right now. It does look like Team Eagle. They're a bit more confident in embracing the members of TY into the middle line. They did target the gunslinger quickly and in critical HP. Camera onto the assassin. Gunslinger still getting chased down. CPDD goes down. Targeted by Yuan. Revive to TY CPDD by Quad N. But critical HP still onto CPDD. Still getting targeted and CPDD once again kisses the ground. Take note, Quad N is already dropped. The Paladin is already gone. Quad N uses his own revive himself. Lang also gets dropped. Only the Occultist and Quad N or the Spirit Shaper is still alive. And that's the problem. No more revive on that one. That is a very, very quick 5v5 in favor of Singapore's Eagles.
Wow. Are they planning to make this a sweep? We have the trickiest matchup next to 3v3. Yeah. Well, TY, I don't know about you guys, but I still want to see you even out this match and make this to a game number 5. Don't make it easy for Eagles.
Okay, 3v3. So, TY is still gonna be using their gunslinger.
Alright.
That is a very very quick 5v5.
Yeah.
No, my opinion. And it still be the same tactics for the side of Eagle to, you know, fully focus onto CPDD. Because CPDD has been the main damage source, or at least someone to rely on by Team TY on that 5v5. It is so obvious that for this 3v3, main damage source would be coming from this gunslinger. And although there's no assassin, Eagles here, what they do have is their Paladin, but they can even use the Spirit Shaper and even the Occultist to just fully tunnel vision in to CPDD. Let's look. CPDD on our camera right now. Maintaining his own distance. Yep, no one's still targeting CPDD. There you go. That will be of the Paladin. Barrier up here for CPDD. Getting shield up, tries to land his own combo. Getting chased still by the Paladin. Receives the chain.
Okay.
Yep, there's enough sustain air for CPDD. But I'm seeing some drop onto the HP. The Paladin also receiving some decent damage right now. Of course, from the rest of the members. But CPDD, all the sustains are dropped. The combo now is being used towards her as she lay onto the ground. Second barrier once more. Used here by CPDD. Full life for her.
It's actually quite amazing to watch how Eagles are really pinning down on the gunslinger CPDD of TY. They know who the greatest damage dealer is, and they don't want to enable him at all costs. But for some reason, TY here is dealing the greater damage against Eagles right now.
Maintain na on distance, ha? I think TY is doing well here for this 3v3. But the problem is the revives are still gonna be there and it still doesn't change. The tactics here of Eagle is to chase down CPDD before Cherries will go down. Cherries is able to snap through towards CPDD. Lots of AoE damage also to the rest of the members here of TY. This is gonna be very critical for them. Occultist down, Gunslinger down, Occultist revive. YYDS also using his own. YYDS also receiving the revive on that one. But YYDS gets dropped quickly. And now with the revive already on cooldown, Quad N has to walk away. It is inevitable. JP here. I'm seeing a very clear 3-0 right now it is gonna be a very big miracle if Quad M
That's
comes out on
true.
this live. Yeah.
Oh no, I think Eagles
Revive.
is really on for a sweep right now. The Spirit Shaper is running away, but they were able
Gets
to
boxed.
catch up to him.
That's it.
Alright.
Gets box unboxed, ladies and gentlemen. Eagles of Singapore closes this series strong 3-0 against VNG NetEase TY. Good showing. Low on the damage source here for Team Eagles. Everyone dealt damage. Cherries has 43%, 26 onto Jack, 31% even on Tang Ruru. Meanwhile, it is CPDD that is deemed to be the main damage source as expected from the side here of TY. Now that is one down on our last 4 series for the night on the 1-1 cluster or 2-0 cluster here at our Swiss format in the Revelation Global Championship show matches.
That was a good one, Eagles. Congratulations. But of course, we are going to have to move on to our middle bracket where Nomad and XMM, SpaceX, and Deadroom are waiting. So, my predictions. I think Nomads will win and SpaceX. Oh, wait. That's a hard one. I think it's going to be... Oh, SpaceX and Daruma is going to be a hard matchup. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Again, surely all matches right after the Eagles and even TY will be so interesting considering they have the same lineup. I'm really, like you said, I'm really looking forward as well onto the Ruma and the SpaceX match. It brings back old memories of the Blaze of Glory.
Yeah.
But again, to our viewers, be sure to share the live stream. Be sure to let everyone know from your guild mates on your group chats that this is happening right now. There goes the show match. We also have some of our giveaways to be done. I think the Revelation Mobile moderators also interacted there on the chat, on our live stream. So be sure to share. Be sure to share this live stream. This is our final set of matches. Okay, guys.
Wow. Well, I know we all are waiting for HDT versus Avengers and SpaceX versus Nomads. Is it Nomads? Yeah, it's Nomads.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just gonna have to watch our friends first. We're gonna have XMM versus Nomads. It's the Ruma versus SpaceX. Okay, now. Yeah. Okay, I got it right this time.
Yeah, and again, I think we're gonna be saving it, the best for the last with HDT versus, of course, Avengers. Here we go, guys. XMM and Nomads. Ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be the team from Indonesia, which is Nomads, and XMM Hills from Malaysia. So we have a 6v6 on the full stack. First up, of course, would be a 1v1.
All right. So who's going to be our representatives? Okay.
Let's see. I think it might be a sword mage battle.
I want to see a Spirit Shaper again. Just for fun.
It would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice. I mean...
Oh, Spirit Shaper, yeah. Okay, they heard me.
So that's the thing. There's enough DPS actually on an assassin in theory against the Spirit Shaper, but as long as the combos are landing. And I'm not sure, what about the health refund? What mechanics can actually bring back the HP here of this assassin? But if it comes down to 1v1, let us see. Earlier we did saw how the Spirit Shaper just outwitted, I'm not sure if it's a Sword Saint or if it's a Blade Master, but it was a 1v1 that was won by a Spirit Shaper.
Yeah, I remember. But just for fun, I would still root for the Spirit Shaper just because it's so cute to watch. Those amazing plays like that, those unexpected, unorthodox decisions. We love seeing those kind of plays, especially that this is a friendly show match. Our goal tonight is to have fun, but Nomads is actually quite taking this seriously. Look at how Charmsy is running away from him.
By the way, it's only 1 minute 35 seconds remaining on the timer. Just wanna say, all that Nomad needs is to get the damage lead against Charmsy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She's running
away.
It's
a dodging game here. Oh, she's pinned down. That's a lot of damage.
Yep.
How's she gonna do this?
Sent a summon for the knock-up. She has no battle stats. She really plans on running away for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Spirit Shaper. They can run so fast.
How she's gonna win, you know?
There you go. So, Shadow doesn't even need to get close, honestly. He has the damage lead. Like that. So, he can poke. Then, if Champsy runs away, he doesn't even need to chase. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the problem. He's receiving some crowd controls,
Oh, that's a good healing being shown by Charmsy there.
Yeah, 35 seconds on the clock. If I'm not mistaken, I think Shadow has the damage lead.
Oh yeah, because if you have bigger HP, you win.
No, I think it's I think it's higher damage.
Oh, higher damage. Okay.
Yeah. But let's see if it's bigger HP. If it's bigger HP, Charmsy would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's higher damage, I think I'm gonna be leaning more onto Shadow. Still landing some combo. Gets the knockdown. There goes the puppy form.
5 seconds! Charmsy, run away, heal yourself!
Let's see. So it is
damage dealt. Yeah, it's
Shadow damage dealt.
It
is damage dealt. Yep. You cannot cheese it. You cannot cheese this 1v1 that way. Yeah. At least try to fight, right? At least try to get the damage lead.
But you can deal damage and then run away. Deal damage and then run away.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You're fighting an assassin, so if you decide to deal damage, I think the assassin can really like out damage you.
Yeah.
If combos are land, even if you run away, the assassin can still chase. At least deal damage, run away. That would be the available tactic. But here you go. We have the real fight happening now. Game number 2 is a 5v5. Okay, line up. 2 paladins.
2 paladins again.
2 paladins, yeah.
This is really the favorite SMM.
Yeah, whereas also the side here of Nomads, they will have 2 Spirit Shaper. Okay, slow and steady. 25 seconds onto the clock. Again, our eyes are on to Champsy. Do take note that XMM also has no assassin here. So that's one. And yeah, so both has sword mage. Both has one Spirit Shaper with more onto the side of Nomad here. But the striking difference is Nomads has no paladin. So a non-paladin composition. Let us see. Both are willing to take the fight on top of the platform.
Oops!
Champsy. Yeah, Champsy maintaining his own distance, tries to guess where Shadow might be.
Which is how it should be. He needs to be able to protect his teammates, but for some reason, it's they're hard to reach. Okay, that was a good pull.
Yep.
Protecting the Paladin.
Yep, and also, if you look, Shadow is able to stay into the backline, and even actually, the Sword Mage is limiting the positions here of Champsy. This is quite difficult now, just position-wise it is difficult here for the side of XMM. Nomad has taken good control here of this platform. They're able to juggle properly the HP bars of the XMM here. You can actually see here Atus going down, also one member here, XMM. Even actually Champsy, no chance of a revive. Just a very, very quick 5v5 here. Nomad takes the win, 2-0 here against XMM. Now we have a 3v3.
Okay, that was so quick. You know how long it took to end the 1v1. It was just as fast with a 5v5. Now we have a 3v3. I wonder. I think Nomads just want this to get over with.
Big question now for them. Still lots of questions right now. Lots of questions right now onto the side of XMM if they can still, at least get back into this series. Because, I mean, this is it. This is the final series. And it does feel like this is a very different lineup from what is being capitalized earlier by Nomads. Nomads here has been using the Assassin earlier on. Then this time, they have relied on a far more stable composition, which is a Sword Mage. They have used 2 Paladins. No support. Just Occultist onto the side of XMM.
Well, but about this, Nomads going for this kind of lineup without a care for the Paladin that XMM has. I think they're gonna go on full damage and just go on deal damage and hustle through it. Whereas XMM will try to sustain themselves, but it depends on their positioning this time.
But
see how aggressive they are.
It's a very difficult way to sustain. They have no Spirit Shaper. What they do have is, their Paladins and their Occultists. But on the damage dealt against the Occultists here, Nomads knows who to target and prioritize first. It's Occultist versus Occultist trade. That is what is happening. But you can actually see there, Midorine is already down. Only down to the last 2 Paladins. All that Nomads need is to choose who's Paladin. I think they've decided to go for Hypertron. Okay. Actually, it's Miami. It's Miami that is being targeted. Tries to answer against Hypertron. Hypertron targeting him. And now we are down to the last Paladin, which is Atus. That's it. This is a very clean 3-0. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia takes this series here. Nomads, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know. Okay, so we got 2 clean sweeps real quick, and we are down to our last 2 matches, just like that.
Just like that. So last two, and all matches are getting more and more interesting. It is quite obvious that we saved the best for the last. SPX Spade X Philippines versus the Ruma of Vietnam. And later on, we have the 2 undefeated teams on our Swiss format, HDT from China versus Avengers from Thailand.
Alright, so Spade X versus the Ruma. This is gonna be a hard matchup. Like I said just earlier, I think this is a very even matchup. Despite the Ruma having the Vietnam card, I think SpaceX has a chance to win on this one.
Indeed. Tough situations, ladies and gentlemen. Again, top matches still laid out, remains here onto our Swiss format, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, there's still enough time for you guys to share this match. If you are a Filipino fan, most of the Filipino viewers are actually watching here on the English stream. Be sure to share the live stream. If you haven't, share it publicly. Make sure that you have that share tag, not just the Tough Fan badge, or that actually helps a lot onto becoming a Tough Fan of the Revelation Mobile Facebook page.
Well, we also appreciate you guys for watching tonight and staying up with me and Shinbu. Tonight, we're going to have some amazing time, especially in the Global Championships together, okay? We hope to see you there as well. So I hope you guys were able to make use of the gift codes being sent in the comment section. And if you have friends who aren't watching tonight, you should definitely invite them to watch with you, so they can also have access to our gift codes. Eventually, we don't know if more gift codes are going to be sent tonight. So just keep an eye on the comment section, okay?
Yep. The more the merrier. That is far better. Again, just two more series, and they are the best ones. I'm really looking forward, onto the possible fight that can happen between HDT and Avengers. Normally, I do enjoy, on the early parts of our Swiss format, I do enjoy the 1v1s, I do enjoy the 3v3s. But this time, I'm really looking forward to the 5v5s. But here we go. First things first, later for HDT, we have Team Daruma, Vietnam, versus Team Philippines, Spade X. Let us see who will come out on top of this fight. Do take note that Vietnam only has 5 members in their stack, full stack for the side here of Spade X.
Alright. Oh, okay, now I'm seeing familiar names. I really like their team captain's name, Manager.
Germany.
Eunice,
okay.
As always, representing
Assassin.
for 1v1.
Assassin versus Sword Mage.
Hmm.
Okay, we've seen this matchup. It could still be anybody's game. Um, this is more on the sword mage trying to guess where the assassin might be, and of course the timing of where the assassin can strike. It's also tricky because there is a stasis available as well onto the side of that sword mage. And yeah, they have an idea how to size each other up prior to the main match. And also do take note, there's a shorter timer on 1v1s. 5 seconds on the clock.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Spade 6, but we've seen Yuna's aggression for so many games already. He's been carrying it for 1v1 and 5v5, but I don't know. I think this is the first time that we're seeing Flux for the 1v1.
Well, the thing about the 1v1 is it's really about still your timings, you know?
Yeah.
If you try to guess on that, like for example, also your micro, you know, how fast you can react, like
True.
that one, probably. Still, one of these two would want to really finish up their combo because it's still unclear who dealt the most damage. We are about to enter the last 70 seconds of this 1v1. There goes the chase, gets the knockdown. Unizir in critical situation as Flux tries to get this full combo once more. Flux not overreacting onto the stealth of Eunice. Eunice full combo still get his own shield. He did make a counter, and there you go, ladies and gents. It is gonna be going onto the side of the Spade X squad.
Wow, that was quick. Alright, so, well, that was just the first game, guys. So Daruma, knowing their 5v5 capabilities, they're also aggressive. But Spade Sex, from what we've seen in their previous matches, they learned how to control their skills and budget their skills. So 5v5, I'm gonna go with Spade Sex again. But meta-wise also Spade Sex. They have two Spirit Shapers, both of them. Kind of a mirror matchup, actually.
Yeah, same discipline as being employed by, I think that's on HDT side. Actually, the only thing lacking here for this match is there's no gunslinger. It does look like the Gunstlingers are holding good promise right now for this matchup, but it might be just overhyped by HDT's performance. But this is it. This is the crucial part of the series. To win this 5v5, you especially with the 2-0, you enter the 3v3 ever so confident. So 2 teams with 2 supports. The striking difference is that no sword mage onto the side of Spade X. Okay? They have Paladin, Assassin, Occultist. This one is they have an Assassin, Sword Mage, Occultist. So it's a trade between a Paladin and also a Sword Mage. Fight breaks out.
Alright, but as for SpaceX right now, they had a good start. And the Ruma here, they're slowly losing one of their Sword Mages. They just need to really sustain themselves and position themselves well. We see a lack of crowd control coming from the Ruma because of the non-existence of the Paladin, whereas SpaceX is actually very good at utilizing their Paladin. But a good sustain is coming in from the Ruma. Oh, that was a bad burst! That was a bad burst, and their Eunice is also eliminated. Now this is just one Spirit Shaper and one Sword Mage against 5 people from SpaceX.
Maintain proper distance. Once more on that one. Shy here on our main camera, just making sure that she kites properly in favor here of SpaceX, just sustaining SpaceX fully. Still an assassin down here onto the side of the Ruma. The Ruma can still bring on a proper fight here. This is the fight that we're looking forward to against SpaceX right now. AoE is not fully dropping, that did CP. Yet CP just dropped Gospel here, forces Shy to use his own revive. It's still a 4v5 scenario here. The Ruma trying to get the proper timing here against SpadeX, but SpadeX has the better command here with Bunny Bait getting a kill once more in their favor. 2 supports for the side of the Ruma, but they're not totally burning their revive here. Now it is gonna be the Ruma Secure going down as Bunny Bait also gets it. Look at that, parang JP, only the supports remaining. Not just 2, but only just 1, and that's it. They made it, force a 2-0 on this series against the Ruma.
a very quick one at that. Daruma, they need to like regroup themselves. But I think another sweep is incoming. SpaceX, they already have the momentum. They just need to maintain that well. Next matchup, of course, is the 3v3. All right. So guys, well, with this kind of lineup, I'm gonna have to go with SpaceX again.
3v3.
Yeah. Also, they never lose their paladins.
Normally, I mean, on some matches here on our series, it is the Sword Mage that has the lead here against the Paladin. But that is earlier on the 1v1 with TY, I think, using the Paladin. But yeah, a stable comp onto the side of Daruma. SpaceX here, they're just gonna be using a very aggressive Paladin. I feel like their Spirit Shaper also has some good stats on her, you know, to at least do not be left out by the Paladin. Here we go, guys. 3v3, 2-0 in favor of SpaceX.
Alright, so now it has started. Probably the last game because SpaceX is already on match point. But the Daruma here, I think they still want to survive. They're doing their best, actually, and they're focusing all their energies in the Sword Mage right now. Alright, now it's eliminated, but revived. That was very quick, too. So Daruma here, I think they're losing their occultist. They just need to protect that one. Good thing they have a very responsible Spirit Shaper to maintain their lives.
I do feel like the damage is lacking onto the side of SpaceX here. So they really want to force their way into that occultist. Just look at the HP right now of their Spirit Shaper. So Daruma can capitalize fully on this one. Manager has to fall back, receives the Panda Bear on that. Dodge away. But look at the damage as well towards Bunny Beta. She can now sustain. Is she? Receives the box. Yes, she is sustaining the rest of her members. And you can actually see Daruma taking the early reins, you know, of this fight. And it does feel like if you have that damage advantage, just fully capitalize onto that one. Manager gets dropped, no sustain. It is gonna be Ezio, just of course reviving secure. No revive as well coming in from Manager. Their Paladin also will go down only onto the occultist. Ladies and gents, 2-1. DRM takes it against SpaceX. They could still force a game 5 if they take this game number 4.
Okay, that was a good slight comeback coming from Daruma. Well, I was actually thinking already that was already a clean sweep for Avengers, but good thing they were able to focus all their energies well there in that 3v3. Now we're back to the 5v5, and we all know who won that 5v5 earlier, SpaceX. So I don't know about Daruma. They need a more team effort this time. But also they're lacking the Paladin, so that's probably one of the things that challenges them as well.
The top scenario right now. Again, we are back to the 5v5, and SpaceX has taken good command of this. It is a different story compared to the 3v3. I feel like the 3v3 with a Paladin, historically, it is getting outsmarted by that Sword Mage, and again, they're lacking in damage. It would be a different story right now. It's still the same as game number 2, but the dangerous part is that DRM has a momentum.
Yeah, true. Now, now that they started winning, they can actually reverse sweep this one, which makes me appreciate the 1-5-3 format more, because this is gonna be a good revenge for them. And now that it has started, that's a lot of AoE damage against Daruma here. But the Spirit Shaper of SpaceX is also taking in a lot of damage. That's where they're focusing all their energies. SpaceX now needs to protect their Spirit Shaper more. One of their Spirit Shapers, actually.
Let's see. Okay. Camera on to Superlux on this one. Again, it is still gonna be a long fight here between SPX versus DRM. The target is not that clear. It might be the assassin here for both sides. You know, critical HP onto the assassin of DRM as well as SPX. But the thing about assassin is you cannot really fully catch them, especially with their stats still being available. She might want to invest the damage on on a different target. Our camera now is on monitor, and it just Unis that just targets him right now. They're starting to fully commit towards manager here, maybe at least land a disruption onto her. But generally, manager here has all the free hits, has all the free room on this ring, you know, not in the middle, because DRM is targeting someone different, probably an occultist maybe.
Yeah.
And the other support, Shy.
Oh, SpaceX is actually being challenged this one. This time, Paladins and Assassin, they already lost it. But a good thing, even though they're being revived, they're not being revived at the same time. Thus, they still don't have the upper hand here. The Ruma has it. And they can actually win this one. They just have the Spirit Shaper left to kill.
They could win this one, yeah.
Wow.
It is the momentum. It might be a reverse sweep. Now, it all comes down to that 1v1. I really doubt it will be a Spirit Shaper for that 1v1. I feel like it will be an Assassin versus Assassin battle.
Yeah, that's actually a good choice. But the Ruma's gonna go for the Spirit Shaper. Oh, and the Canyon arrived again.
Okay.
Oh, this is a very good card. This is a very good hidden card to show at the last match. Yeah.
Gunslinger versus Spirit Shaper. Now the thing about here is that, you know, I really feel that all that SPX need is to burn time. Just get the damage lead against Sky. And after getting the damage lead against Sky, that's it. Just allow Kai to run away. I'm not sure if Kai will be trading though. If she will try to fight. Okay, 10 seconds onto the clock. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what strategy she will employ. She will... Okay. The Gunslinger can blast him. Yeah, Kai is trying to fight.
No, oh my gosh.
Now
It's
she's receiving
hard.
some decent damage. Yeah, she's receiving some damage.
I think Kai's just
Now-
gonna run away.
That's critical damage. She will run away. Now, the problem is, you can run away so that you enter game 5 just so to lose. You cannot run away on a 1v1. That's the problem now. You cannot choose run away on the 1v1 if you have the damage disadvantage. Again, the timer is 1 minute 20 seconds. It may seem like it's a very unique choice to actually choose a Spirit Shaper because it's pretty much unkillable. But the problem is all you need to do, considering the rules, is just invest damage here. And Kai decides to fight, and she lost. What a way! What a way to waste that moment.
Alright, so after 2 clean sweeps, we finally get an even, a maxed out series again. Congratulations to SpaceX. They survived the last round of tonight's show match. Being the 3rd place of the night. Yeah, 3rd place of the night. That was good.
Actually, that was really, I won't sugarcoat it. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. You earned all those comebacks. The 3v3, you won the 3v3. That was well fought. You won the 5v5. That was well fought. Only to use a Spirit Shaper on a 1v1 when the game mode is against a Spirit Shaper. Yes, it did work. It did work for an aggressive target. But the problem, I do feel like Kai realized when the Gunslinger was investing damage on him. I feel like some of his teammates or guildmates told him, yeah, you have to fight, man. You will lose.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
the only way you can win with the Spirit Shaper is if you are able to return the damage properly, or you have the damage lead, and you can run away. You know, you can run away.
We've seen it earlier, like
We've
how
seen it earlier. It was
yeah.
shown earlier, so clearly it does feel like DRM did not watch the match earlier, or I'm not sure they
Something
overlooked
like
or
that.
something. It's just frustrating because it's a waste of momentum.
Yeah.
Hard fought game number 3. Yeah, rock and roll. We won game number 3. Game 3v3. Yeah, we won. Game number 4, 5v5. Yeah, we won. Game number 5, 1v1, you use Spirit Shaper. Wow.
That was such a momentum killer.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was a waste of momentum. You could, I wouldn't even mind if you use a Paladin. But obviously, I think the best choice is to go for Assassin or maybe a Sword Mage. I don't know. But clearly not a Spirit Shaper anymore. It's just too risky. It's pretty easy to lose with a Spirit Shaper on a 1v1. Yeah. Here we go. This is the final fight. HDT versus the Avengers. Team China versus Team Thailand. Both are undefeated still. Here in our show match.
Alright, now it's Pipa versus Ali. Ali, yeah, we've seen her a lot of times. Well, prediction-wise, I'm gonna go for HDT on this one, but I think this is also gonna be a really, really good matchup.
Indeed. 5v5 first. Okay. Pipa first on our screen. So it's Assassin versus Blade Master. There you go. No more Spirit Shaper.
Yeah, no more.
Yeah, it will just work once, but it won't work anymore. Like everybody saw through it. Okay. Full combo on each other. Ali decided to be defensive. There's a quick knock up. Pipa tries to counter as well. The danger about here is that there's a lot of stun that can be landed on. There's a lot of crowd control that can be landed on by Blade Master. Pipa tries to guess where the assassin will come. He did get the stun. Full combo. Okay.
That's a lot of damage already against Pipa. But again, this is a Blade Master that we're talking about. Millies usually have a lot of advantage against assassins. And Pipa here, I don't really see any stealth advantage.
Okay, there's a stun. She did try to drink. Tries to go for the counter. Went into the middle. Could she bait? There's the stun. One full combo. One finisher. There you go. That's the danger with dealing with the Blade Master. So it is Pipa's win. Ladies and gentlemen, HDT 1-0 on this series. That's the danger, huh? Blade Master, they really have a very like good chain of crowd controls to combos. Okay. Now we have the 5v5. Avengers versus HDT. For the Avenger lineup, 2 Spirit Shaper. They have 1 Paladin. Also, yeah, they have 1 Paladin. I think they also have 1 Assassin. Okay. So, for this match, no Sword Mage. It is gonna be the Sword Saint here for the side of HDT. And also the Assassin that would be one of their main damage source. I think HDT has a more diverse lineup. They also have a Paladin, JP.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? It's actually it's actually a good clutch play earlier when HDT won against Avengers during that game number 1. But now it's a different story because it's a 5v5 and kind of a mirror matchup actually. It's just really how you play as a team at this point.
They move steady once again. Down into the middle. I think the key target here of Avengers would be of the Assassin plus the Sword Saint. At least their main damage source. Camera out to Varys. Varys here is actually the occultist from the side of the Avengers. Look at the sustain between the two teams. Still very intact. It cannot be denied that Avengers here having 2 supports with a better sustain. But the firepower should be there for HDT. Or is HDT getting countered continuously? Occultist here. The occultist, the occultist of AVG on critical life. Was able to get some bait in. Land some more position. HDT. Top situation for their Sword Saint and also for their Paladin. They're able to get the sustain properly off their support. But there is of course a limit to that duration. Does look like HDT's targeting is all over the place. Need to maintain their distance. Occultist here. Onto the side of ABG. Can they complete the kill? It is gonna be Lian getting the kill towards Varys right now. Things escalate. Forces a revive early on to Varys. But they can continue to crush more. Land some AoEs and crowd control against the members here of the Avengers squad. Let's see the cluster here.
This is hard. Avengers and HDT, they're really having a hard time getting or trying to have an advantage against the other, where they need to find one opponent where they need to focus all their energy so one team can be crippled on.
Yeah, well, they cannot let up. You can actually see the HPs here of HDT. It is going to be difficult for them to get the revive down. Ifeng, the occultist, now down here for HDT. They decided to go for the revive still, make it a 5v5, even though the critical HP for the most of their members. But right now, who will be the target here? The main target of HDT. They can get one onto the occultist, or maybe they can go get one onto the support. Varys is dropped now. It should force a revive here. Long is also down. Varys receives a revive. 4v5 situation, but there you go. It's actually Varys that receives the revive. Blast is down. Blast receives a revive as well.
Well, HDT, they almost lost it earlier after that big AoE damage, and now they're returning the favor against Avengers. Now Avengers is actually trying to sustain themselves, but their Spirit Shaper is actually having a hard time healing back the Paladin. Oh no.
Difficult situation here for the Avengers. HDT, there's still revive available, I think. There's still a revive available, I think, for their support. It's gonna be a 4v3 scenario, but 50 seconds onto the main timer. Mana situation. Mana situation is already critical as well onto the side of the support of HDT. But a 4v2 scenario in HDT still knows how to fight, man. This Sword Saint is really paying big dividends here for the HDT squad. Cleans up everyone. 2-0 for HDT. Wow.
Okay, Avengers, you guys can still turn this into a reverse sweep, okay? I still want to see them win. I mean, we all know that HDT has shown a great run for the first 2 rounds. But you know, for Avengers, this is gonna be a huge achievement for the night if they were able to take down HDT.
Indeed. Here we go. So for the chosen lineup, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm looking forward to. The Gunslinger. The Gunslinger of HDT. They've already released it. So they have decided Occultist, Spirit Shaper, Gunslinger to the side of HDT. Now Avengers, they're gonna go for a Paladin, Occultist, and a Spirit Shaper. Now that is a big problem. They have to be very wise in disabling at least this Gunslinger because they are clearly out damaged by the trio here of HDT.
Well, since this is a very tricky match, I'm gonna go with HDT because they're really good at utilizing the Gunslinger. We've seen it so many times already.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm so excited when the Gunslinger actually popped out of this one. It does feel like ABG already eyeing towards the Gunslinger, but HDT decided who will be the target. It is gonna be the Occultist. Did try to blink out of this fight, but they can still continue to go for the chase. Some sustain coming in from the Spirit Shaper. Down is still onto this Occultist. And yeah, this Occultist might be trapped. Goes for the box. There you go. 50% of the HP under the knockdown. Varys here in critical life. Gets some shield. That is good. But the problem is any moment now, they could still cast that battle armor. Critical HP still for this gunner. He did receive the light. He did receive some sustain. Get some full blast. Battle armor activated. Go for the finisher on this one. Casted it. Full bronze damage to the members here of the Avengers and can easily go for key targets right now. Key damage, ladies and gentlemen, goes for Demon. And this, at least the Paladin tries to control this and remove the battle armor as much as quick as possible. But at what cost? There's a lot of low lives here, on low HPs here onto the side of the Avenger. Blast is forced to use his own revive against Demon here. But Varys, at the cost of Varys now with the revive already on cooldown with the 3v2 scenario. There's a lot of freedom here for the members of HDT to finish up this one. They have their eyes set already. For the support, I think. They're eyeing towards the support. Oh my god. Demon here is still eyeing towards also that Gunslinger. Revive might be available now for the cooldown. Onto Varys. Good sustain onto Demon. Another round 2 onto that battle armor. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a revive towards Varys, but the moment when Demon died, so it's still gonna be a 2v3 scenario, but this time a battle armor beating up. Lots of damage here, 3v3 scenario. Easily dodge still that battle armor, but oh my god, the damage is so big. Sword 9 is there, still up. Most of the members here of Avengers is just making sure that they sustain this, because they're now playing not to win, but they're playing not to lose. Prevent it as much as possible. But could they though? That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Blast was able to revive herself during the moment that Varys was down. But it is only this, the last remaining member, the last Spirit Shaper onto the Avengers side stands onto bringing the victory for the China team HDT into this show match series.
Congratulations, HDT. That was one good, well, actually more than good match to end the night. And welcome, of course, to Revelation Global Championship. We finally get to see one Chinese team in our scene, and they have introduced themselves really, really well for us. And now things are going to be more interesting in the global championships, of course.
To consider, to think, JP, that this is a highly modified game mode, and HDT, the China team here on even despite this being a show match, they only drop one game against DRM. All 3-0, 3-0 Eagle, 3-0 ABG, and they only drop one game against DRM. That gives you a strong signal, like that gives you a very, very good signal on how they could play, how they have good command when it comes to these MMO RPGs, when it comes to Revelation Mobile.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And these 8 teams, thank you so much for giving us your time tonight. We really enjoyed your place, and we miss some teams that we haven't seen in a while. So tonight, guys, I hope you all prepare well for the global championships.
Indeed. What a great night! To kickstart things, especially with the Revelation Global Championship happening right now. It was a pleasure to actually bring this broadcast to you. Thank you so much in behalf of the production, and of course to all the viewers that tuned in, and of course to all the teams that participated in this show match. I'm Shibu with the one for an eye, and with me is Paring JP. That is the conclusion of the show match episode here at the Revelation Global Championship. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.